And we're live.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Didn't see you there. Welcome. We are now episode of Quest: The Soaring City. I think that's right.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
think
is
so.
in
Go with
fact
that.
correct.
Well, let's not waste any time. Let's go through and tell everyone very quickly who we are. And last session, we had little individual character stories. So I'm also going to have each character recap their little individual story. And then, yeah, that's all I need them to do. Yeah. Robert, kick us off.
Oh, hi. I'm Robert. I play the doctor. He's a doctor. He heals people. Is the thing he does. You can find me here right now. So, last time, the doctor went to his good friend Arvis. Met another doctor there, finding doors open hither and thither. But you know, he went, played a chess game with his friend Arvis, found out that there might be a cataclysm or something coming, and that the doctor's hometown city place may have been important to it. And then, the doctor told him stuff. Then the doctor left, and it turned out Arvis was an illusion the whole time. That motherfucker, I don't trust him. That's it. Yep, that's fine.
Why wouldn't you trust Arvis?
'Cause he's a
Such
bastard.
a charming smile. All right, go ahead.
Don't trust Arvis. Hi, I'm Izza and I don't trust Arvis. And I play Faris, the Invoker. And last week, Faris re-encountered Alika, who was the leader of the revolution, who freed Faris and the others from prison. And Alika asked Faris to go with her to disarm a door to a vault that they assumed contained some monsters inside of it, and also introduced her to a woman called Raina. And the three of them went to disarm this vault and fought some monsters, and there was also a huge amount of petrification gas that came out of the vault, which was real fun. Alika got turned to stone, and then Raina took Alika and Faris to a mysterious doctor who another doctor may have also met at another point during last week's episode, and she was cured of her petrification. But also our lovely Lord Darrenel, who also cannot be trusted, showed up, and Faris told him to fuck off, and he did. And then she took Alika back to the house and left her in Faris's bed. So yeah.
I'm sure we won't be dealing with that today at all. It'll just be hand waved past. Nothing important happened there, right?
Yeah, fine.
Sam?
Hey everyone, I am Sam. I go by they, them, and I'm playing Ro, our naturalist, who goes by they or any. And last week, when we were all hanging out, or we weren't all hanging out, everybody was off doing their own thing, and it was actually pretty cool because I got to go and hang out with my new friend Everett, who I met once before, and he's really nice, and we went to go and visit his house, because he was locked out of it, but it turns out it wasn't his house, and he wasn't really locked out of it. He just kind of wanted to go, and stay someplace nice and get something to eat, which isn't, that bad. So I invited him back to our house after the people who lived in that house got back, and they were not happy to find us there. So we came back to Big Tower, and then we met everybody else, and we made some tasty snacks.
Excellent.
I think that's
And Megan.
Hello, I am Megan, and I play Lena, our lovely spy, who last week just wanted to do a very simple, basic, run-of-the-mill workaday murder. just like, that's all she wanted to do. She was getting all set up, ready to do a murder. And then the person that she wanted to do a murder on was just like all of a sudden in the house or on the roof with her, which is just like unacceptable. So they exchanged some words, and Lena tried to do a murder, which was unsuccessful. I give it like a 6 out of 10 for successfulness of murder attempts. It would have looked very cool had it worked. And then she swung away and was like, all right, well, now we're fighting, I guess. So that there's probably nothing to come from that whatsoever. And she told Ferris, like, hey, this person that you were hanging out with, I want to kill them. And Ferris was like, cool, okay. Need help? So that's pretty nice. And then Zeke turned up and they had a talk that wasn't at all super sad, because they are capable of communicating in a way that is not based in sadness, because they have just a very healthy understanding and basis of communication between the two of them, as you do. And I think that's about it. Yeah, things went really well for Lena. She had a really good time.
You know what to do.
Yeah. Meanwhile, while all of this was happening, finally we got to see what the other place is. I don't know, what names did we give it?
The away.
So
I call it the away place.
the away place.
The away place.
The away place.
Realm of
but yeah, so
shattered light.
before that, I'm Nuno playing Zake, and Zake sometimes goes to the away place. And last session, first time we got to see it. It's a very gloom, bleak place, almost as if alien flora populates it. There's no light anywhere. And we opened up with Zake trailing on this creature, a stalker. But at some point, we weren't quite sure if he was hunting or being hunted. And eventually, the fight took place as the creature lunged onto Zake, impaling him onto a tree? ? Again, very weird flora. But Zake managed to get free just in time to be swallowed by said creature, and promptly releasing himself from its stomach by slicing it open with his war fans that he keeps close to his backside. As the creature rears out in pain, suddenly disappears again, and as he's quieting down to go into hunting mode again, he feels it. The pull from the real place, from Valarith once more, or wherever Lena is, actually. And he has just a few minutes to tidy up, wash away the bloods, and cover the wounds ever so slightly as he materializes next to Lena. And said sad conversation promptly is had. And yeah, as he tries to leave when Faris arrives in order to ask the doctor to tend to his wounds, Lena thinks something's wrong and tries to go and check the wound, but he stops her before that happens and leaves right away, finding Ro entering the house with their new friend. And as they go on to make soup ? He knocks on the doctor's door and has him patch him up and makes him once more promise that he won't tell Lena.
Forget though, the doctor
That
was
was
in
it.
your room.
Oh yeah, it was my room. Yeah. I think that was it.
And then after a little bit of group RP, the group all congregated into the kitchen where Ro and Everett are failing, but also failing at making good soup, but succeeding in having an excellent time. And we cut right as things were catching on fire and precarious objects were toppling. It was a good time.
Sure.
We're going to... I enjoyed it.
Good
We're
fruit.
going to pick up this session the next morning.
Okay.
But before that, Robert,
Yes, Father.
what's the weather like today?
Little musty, air of kind of earthiness wafting around the nose. Slight tickle hitting all 5 senses. Taste of stone. Itchy eyes. Skin feeling as if it was covered in dust, even if you don't really see any. And oddly, there's just this light, echoing, almost spongy sound that you can kind of just hear every once in a while. Weird.
Okay. I was expecting it's raining. Okay, that's excellent. Okay, so next question. Let's see. Robert, what is
hi.
the environment Valarith's flying over?
Oh, yes. Right now, Valarith is flying over this lush landscape of what looks to almost appear to be swampy-like area, but more of just the overgrowth of those types of trees and moss everywhere. You don't really, at least from Goliath itself, see any big patches of like swamp water, but you do see large amounts of vegetation down on the ground and plants and trees specifically that appear to get larger and larger as Valarith goes along.
Nice, nice, nice. Lena, you're up late, not sleeping. In fact, it's actually, one would probably call it morning at this point. And you see the doctor coming back to the tower.
Like from the roof, like I see him.
Yeah, looking down.
Like, I'm doing math. I'm on the 3rd floor of our apartment, which I assume is a couple floors up from the ground.
You're high up.
Well, I'm just trying to see if like it's worth trying to like. No, I'll just wait for him to come up. Like as I see him coming back in the tower, I'm gonna come like down all the stairs to the main level of our home, and just kind of like do that thing that villains do, and they just like wait in a dim room, just sitting still in a chair, just like.
As you're descending through Starfall Spire, you hear Ferris engaging in training drills in the main room.
Yep. She can't use her bedroom.
Well, maybe not, I guess. I'm just gonna like lean down the stairs and just see like, that's weird. Or not weird, but like, well, I can't go sit in the living room because the living room is occupied. I think if I see that, I'll probably stay on that 2nd floor and just like knock on Zake's door.
Sure.
If it's not full of patients instead of Zake, I don't know where Zake ended up in bed.
Yeah. Well, so there's a little knock on Zake's door. At that point, we cut the camera into the living room with Ferris doing her very badass training drills. And the door opens, and that's, I don't know, how do you think Ferris responds to hearing the door open?
Well, if she's in the middle of training, depending on how small this room is, if she's wildly swinging that spear around, she probably immediately stops moving for fear of stabbing whoever is entering.
Right, so Dr. Falwyn Denora, you open the door and get this nice little freeze frame of Ferris in an extended lunge, just with her head whips around to the door.
Oh! Dropped the keys. Oh, caught him. Just in time. Ferris,
Didn't mean to scare you. Sorry.
startled more than scared, but there's similar emotions, I guess. Training?
Yes?
Interesting. Are you all right? Any injuries left over from last night?
I was still a bit sore, but to be honest, I came off better than everyone else who was there. So,
Good.
yeah, no, I'm fine. What are you doing up so late? You're the one who's meant to have the normal sleeping schedule.
I had to make sure of something. There's a little bit of an important quest, I guess you could call it, that roll credits.
End stream, we're done.
That I must partake on. And I was verifying that I was not incorrect. You must have noticed the air change. I assume it's quite noticeable.
Well, I was pretty busy up until now, but now that you mention it, I guess it does feel strange.
Yeah.
Are these two things related somehow?
Yeah. You know how there's a disease that is possibly able to kill everyone in the world and then turn them into walking corpses?
Yeah, and how it's like localized to our house, which I love.
Well, that's the only one. Okay. Well,
I'm kidding.
it does appear that the city is coming up on one of the most important ingredients. One that is not easily come upon. It is fortuitous, and something I must gather, especially after a conversation I had yesterday with Arvis. That makes me worry about even more dangers coming.
Well, is this something you need help with?
It would probably be a good idea to ask. As a group, it is not going to be easy. It requires some matter of skill and entering well, let's just call it a fungal adventure.
Sounds fantastic. So what did Arvis say to you that got you worried?
He is apparently worried about some kind of catastrophe coming to Valarith and I assume the world. One that is connected to my place of origin, my home.
Oh, okay. Does he mean this plague? The illness?
He said he was not able to give me more information. He said that if he did, it might hamper his ability to stop the oncoming catastrophe, but that your help would be paramount. Don't know why.
Mine.
You are powerful. I've seen it.
I mean, not against the kind of things that you deal with.
Well, we all deal with different things. I mean, sure, I may deal with disease, injuries, bringing back those from the brink of death, but I don't have the physical ability to do nearly as much as you can. If Arvis says you are necessary, I believe him.
I don't really know what to say to that. I'm assuming he wasn't specific in any way, shape, or form.
No, that was a problem. I tried to get him to be, but, you know. My suggestion is to have a talk with him. Maybe he'll be more forthcoming with you. Maybe I'm just not allowed to know.
Well, maybe I'll have to go pay him a visit sometime. Won't that be nice for me? Maybe you can come with me.
Oh, of course. I mean, we are good friends. And we are now tied again in our matches. So that is very fun. He owes me another match, and maybe I will come ahead this time.
Oh. Well, I wish you luck with that.
Thank you. I will say, however, and I should probably speak with everyone about it, but based on where the city is going, I would say we will probably reach the location that I need sometime soon, a few hours.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure Lena's awake. She just points upwards.
I think that's a great moment to cut to Zake. You hear a knock on your door.
Yes.
All right, I'm just gonna walk in then. Be like, I think that seems enough. And I'm just gonna like open the door, close it behind me. It's like, oh, good, you're awake.
Zay quickly covers himself with the remainder of the sheets on the bed. Okay, well, I didn't say come in. I said yes.
You said yes, which I mean, the knock is a question. The knock is saying, hello, are you there? May I come in? You said yes, so therefore I came in.
I'm not sure that's how it works. I don't think the knock is actually a question, but it seems like...
Oh, it's...
Well, next time, ask the question, just to be safe, you know?
Safer... All right, fine, if you're going to be modest. But good, you're awake, yes.
Yes. Can I help?
Yeah. Do you know why the doctor may have been out? Like it's very early. I was awake, and I was upstairs, and I saw him coming back in, and I was going to go meet him downstairs and say, yes, hello, why were you out? It's very early. But then Varys was training downstairs, and I didn't want to get hit by a spear, so I just decided to come in and see if you knew. Oh, good morning, by the way.
Yeah, sure. Good morning. No, I've no clue. Who knows what and why the doctor does what he does? I certainly don't. The doctor works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was in your room last night, so I didn't know if he was like, hey, by the way, I'm going out very early or very late, depending on whether or not you've slept. But I don't know if he had told you anything.
No, but I would recommend that we go down and ask.
I mean, that seems... I mean, yes, that's the way to get information, is to just ask people outright for them.
I can go with you. Can I put something on?
Actually, do you mind? Quick question for you.
Sure.
At this point, you hear footsteps coming up the stairs.
All right, I guess we'll just put a pin in that. But I do have something to ask you later.
Okay.
So yeah, you do what it is you need to do, and I'm just gonna like leave the room and like poke my head out the door first to see who's like coming up the stairs.
You detect two things. First of all, you see the beak of Falwyn's doctor mask coming up the staircase. You also hear a little adorable howling starting up from Rose's room.
All right, yeah, I'll leave Zake's room, close the door behind me, and go, I guess, toward like. So the doctor's coming upstairs.
It's like right there. He's at you.
Oh, good morning.
Oh,
Oh no, I wasn't
But
like
you-
no, like I was just in there to ask him a question, and I came out. I was up.
I mean, do
Stairs.
you? It's no problem.
Good morning.
I mean,
Good morning. If you wouldn't mind, I need to speak with everyone. If we could meet in the common room.
yeah, of course. I'm just gonna like, without saying, I'm gonna open Zake's door and lean into it, and be like, did you hear that? We're meeting in the common room. I'm just gonna close
Yeah.
it again. Just gonna close it before I hear him say anything.
Doctor just walks by Lena and just like pats her on the shoulder and goes, "Very nice. All right, I'm gonna go get Ro."
Thank you. And I'm gonna go downstairs.
You see Faris running the exact same drills she was running the last time you saw her, like before you went upstairs at the beginning of the night.
Like, is the new spear working well? Is it all right?
Yeah, it's a little different, but I'm getting used to it. Thank you.
Oh, of course. The doctor, I guess, wants to have some kind of meeting, so we probably
Yeah, I
need
already
the
spoke to him.
furniture back.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can go sit on the dining room table or something. That's fine. If you want to just keep going, I don't need to sit like on a couch.
What time is it?
Early or late, depending on whether or not you've slept yet. So I think
No.
for me it's late, but if you've slept and then become awake again, then I guess it would be considered early. Time is a construct.
I
Isa,
agree, but I should probably move the sofas back. Yes.
tell me, what time is it?
Oh, well, if it's like nearing morning, I guess it's like 6, 7 a.m. If it's like
6 or
early
7,
morning.
which one?
Okay, wow. Let's say 6:30.
Excellent, thank you.
In your face, Nat.
Which one is it? Tell me.
It's 6:30 a.m.
Valarith
As the-
standard time.
What even is that, though?
It moves!
Knows?
Oh god, I don't even want to think about that.
It's got its own. It functions on its own time
Yeah.
zone because it's always traveling.
It's a few hours after sunrise.
Oh no.
None of us considered this. Oh my god.
I know this is
Wow.
problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will now spend
Well-
the rest of the session talking about how time works in Valarith.
Listen, Nat, I'm gonna need you to go research naval ship time zone things for the next session so we understand how this works.
Hate it. I hate it.
So does anything need to happen before the Avengers are assembled?
No, Zake just shows up in probably like a skirt and an open shirt, just like very
Mr.
casual.
Modesty over here, like, oh, don't look at me in bed.
Not in
Please.
bed, Lena. Come on.
Please.
Everywhere else, fine.
Faris
No,
will
actually,
have
some
sofas back.
standards.
This right now, notably, that someone in chat has raised a point. The city is currently traveling north, so time zones aren't changing.
Aha.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. So is this just a standard east-west rotating planet?
Okay, and moving
North
on, and
south.
moving on. Hey Sam, why don't you tell us about how Rose shows up for the morning?
Let's see. If there was sounds of howls starting up, I'm gonna say you hear like a trio of sounds. One is definitely tiny, and one you recognize as Ro, and then one you recognize as not quite so good is clearly Everett. And you get the sense that Ro is trying to teach him. So Ro will sort of like come out eventually by themselves, like talking over their shoulder, and you just sort of feel like, all right, I'm gonna go get everybody some snacks and something to drink because that's gonna be really hard on your throat because you're new at this, so hang on, I'll be back soon. And I like close the door so Everett and Tiny are hanging out, and you just hear them continuing. Like, oh, hi!
I like to think that the doctor was actually at the door about to knock on it when it opened. Ro walked out, missed the doctor, and then noticed the doctor.
I walk like under your arm.
Hello, Ro. If you wouldn't mind, I just need to quickly speak with everyone about something. We're all meeting down in the common room.
Okay, did I do something?
Oh, no, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, like look back at the room wherever it is because I don't think I've told anybody yet about our escapade at his house, air quotes. So I'm just like, okay, let's go.
And then we go.
Excellent. And the scene reshifts onto the main living room. Ferris and Lena have put the furniture back up.
Yes.
Lena's probably still sitting like on the dining room table. Because chairs are for other people.
And where's Zake?
Just like perched. Wherever you
right.
want him to be, baby.
The room kind of gets that shuffly crowd quiet down when they're like, why are we here? Somebody please give us direction.
I'm sure you're wondering why I've called you here.
I'm
Good
sure
news,
you're all
everyone.
wondering why I've called you here.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I mean, other than we live here, so it's not really like you had to call.
No, I've called you here
sorry,
from
sorry.
your rooms.
Oh.
this
Well, I was already.
Well, Ferris
here.
was already here.
Yeah, but the Ferris already knows as well, so it doesn't... I called
Oh.
you all, Ferris was here, I was here,
Mhm.
but then I left, and then now I'm back.
Yes, I saw. I was coming down to see why you had left, and I came down and I saw that Ferris was in the living room, and I didn't want to go and get hit by a spear, so I went and woke Zake up, who wasn't happy about that, and then I came back down here again. So, what were
I'll believe you.
what were
That was
you
very
saying?
comprehensive.
Yeah,
I
so
know
the
this
reason...
might sound exactly. This might sound weird, but if we get to the actual reason, maybe it will help.
Yeah, no problem, Zeke. I understand that you are a man of short time, literally.
Lena probably just like gives you a look like, why you gotta bring that up? Just like, why are you putting that into the universe? It's like,
So,
mind?
ooh, thanks, Raiders.
Hi, Raiders.
Hi, Raiders, welcome.
Ah, thank you.
So as I was saying, I have brought you all together to form a group known as the Avengers. No,
I think we're already a group.
it's true. So I went out earlier this morning because I had an inkling suspicion that the city was coming upon an area that is very important to me and honestly to society as a whole. There is a large plant that the city will be flying up to sometime soon. In the next couple hours, I seem to have a watch. I don't know if I have it like it. I want to basically verify my thoughts and figure out about how long we would have once we had come upon it. We'll be there in a few hours, and once we get there, the city will be in its area for about 2 more hours. The item I need to get is part of the cure for the disease both I and many others have. It is very important to me that we get it. So I am asking a lot of you to come with me and help me. Because this will not only save myself and others around me, but society as a whole.
Is it risky? Lena asks with a very large smile.
It is very risky.
All right, I'm in.
I don't like it already then.
Of course you don't. You're not fun.
Do you
Dr.
know
Evan.
what sort of thing we can expect
Excuse
to
me?
encounter down there?
I have heard a few things, not much, but I do know that often animals will make their home inside of this. It is a large fungus, a mushroom, as people would call it. It has tubular veins inside, and animals often make their home inside, so there could be some dangerous animals in there. There's a big
But
problem.
that sounds so neat.
So it's literally a mushroom then.
I get that one.
It's a lot of rooms, yes.
A mush home.
Yes. The biggest problem is we must make it all the way to the bottom, because I must harvest the roots of this thing, specifically the young roots of it, for the cure. And then we must make our way all the way back up and on to Valarith, all within about a 2-hour time
You've
period.
done this, you've been to this place before then? You've harvested from this location before?
No, I only know of it.
It kind of
Is it-
sounded like you had, okay.
I've
Is it doable?
studied it.
Like,
I-
is this something like, oh, there's no chance whatsoever, but we're going to try? Or is this like, oh, totally plausible, feasible, if everything goes according to plan type of thing?
Well, so if I went by myself, I don't think I would make it back to Valarith in time, but I think I could do it. If I had the rest of you, still dangerous, but I think that we would make it back with some time to spare.
I can help us move pretty fast.
There is that.
This sounds absolutely terrifying. Not a good idea. Dangerous
you're
as hell. But I guess that having a town filled with shambling corpses is also terrifying. So if we need this, we need this.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the corpses don't always shamble. Sometimes they run. It is terrifying to see.
That's even worse.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yes, that's much worse.
I wish you didn't tell
Oh.
me this.
Ignorance is bliss to a certain extent, so.
It is.
It just means we really have to help so that it
Exactly.
can't happen.
All right.
Well,
Guess it's mushroom dive day.
I like mushrooms.
Are we landing or docking somewhere? Are we kind of rappelling off of the side of the city? Please say we're rappelling off the side
a
of the
little
city.
bit
Don't
more
say.
B than A.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
I mean,
Hate it.
Oh, there is one more thing that, if they could disappear for just a moment so he doesn't have to know about it, that would be great.
Lena will walk over and put her hands over Zeke's ears.
Faris starts laughing very loudly.
So this mushroom is known as the Goliath's cap. Or hat. Sorry, not cap. Hat. And the mushroom kind of slumbers. It sleeps.
Implying
But
it's
it-
sentient?
Well, it is not sentient. I mean, not everything that sleeps is sentient. But it does protect itself if it is awake. And there is a possibility that it wakes up while we are harvesting the roots, and the elder roots may defend the younger ones.
Okay.
Oh, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, thank you for covering Zake's ears on that one.
Yes, alright. Zeke, nothing to worry about. We're just going to go dig up some mushroom roots. This is
I
fun.
heard,
So
I heard
it's
the whole
alive?
everything.
No, you didn't. You're fine.
Okay,
You're
okay.
fine, and you're totally on board with everything that's happening.
How does one stop oneself from awaking the mushroom? You don't know.
Sing it a lullaby.
I
Well, that might
doubt.
help.
The doctor just kind of like walks off into another room to go get some stuff. He turns away from Zake very swiftly and then walks away. Maybe like 2 minutes later comes
You're
back
like,
out.
that was weird, right?
So does that mean he doesn't know, or
Or is he going to get something? think? Like, what?
Should
What
we
is
wait?
happening?
Should we
Should we-
just go?
Why would the
Probably.
mushrooms be scented?
Well, a lot of things are scented. Bro, a lot of things have a smell. So why not mushrooms? It probably smells really bad. A lot of mushrooms smell really bad.
Oh. Oh, that sounds really neat then.
Yeah, it's great.
Do you think they smell worse than when Tiny gets dirty, or do you think they smell better?
Probably better.
I don't think anything smells worse than when Tiny gets dirty.
No, but she took a bath the other day.
That's good. That's good.
I
Doctor
helped.
walks back in. Okay, so, yeah, if you want to make sure it does not wake up, and it is not already awake, because it could be by the time we get down there, and he kind of like pulls out his bone saw. We cut the other roots off really quickly and run.
Foolproof plan.
That is not a good plan.
This tracks. This is like
Just ran super fast. I did it the other day. It was great.
this is like 60% more of a plan than I usually have, and all of my plans always work out perfectly. So this
There-
seems pretty.
Your plans
solid.
are not a good threshold. Never were.
There are a lot of people here who are very good at cutting things up. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, like this will be great. This will be great. This will be fine.
Let's just get this over with,
It'll-
because this is going to be terrible anyway.
I'm
And then
gonna.
afterwards, we'll go get ice cream.
I like ice cream.
Sure.
Oh, I hope they have licorice ice cream.
That's
Why?
disgusting.
That sounds...
I don't know if I want to help you anymore, but I'm going to push that to the side for the
You
moment.
know, if
But
you
yes,
eat licorice, it makes you go faster.
I don't
Confirmed.
think that's true.
that's not true. So we'll
Some
go
of
get
those,
this mushroom thing, and then we'll celebrate with ice cream.
Sounds
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, sure. Not licorice ice cream. Just I want to
Oh
make
no,
that
no, like a
extremely
normal
clear.
good flavor. Like
Ah,
Who would
chocolate.
eat licorice ice cream? That's just literally mad. I was kidding. Come on.
Oh,
it's very hard to tell because the
no facial cues.
That's
The
valid.
mass.
Yeah. I would like to thank you all for being part of this expedition. I will do all in my power to make sure every last one of you gets back alive.
You've done a great job so far, I have to say. So I have full faith in your ability to keep myself and everybody else alive.
Can't complain.
We'll be okay if everybody sticks together, because that's the best way for a pack to hunt things, and we need to hunt this mushroom. So don't worry, it'll be okay.
Thank you.
Of course.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Well, we have a little bit of time, so if there's anything anyone needs to do beforehand.
We're definitely not meeting any people down there, right? Just to know if I take an extra set of clothes or if the armor alone's fine.
The mushroom people's ache.
Oh, I should put on
Faris, I swear you...
clothing.
You know, when
do
I
you
was
think-
reading about it, I thought I read something about mushroom people, but then I saw that was a completely different book.
I don't know if you're lying or not.
Is this an armor occasion, do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Alright, I need to go change.
Did we bring Tiny? Because what if the mean man comes back while we're gone?
Well, I was also going to say Alika is still here, and I think your friend is too.
Yeah, but I could have, helped him find somewhere to go hide while we were gone.
Yeah, I don't know if Alika's even awake, so I'll have to go check on her. There's also some preparations I'd like to make if this is going to be dangerous.
Oh. Okay. So how much time do you think we have, Doctor? When's the rendezvous jump off the side of the city to go find this mushroom time?
Well, let's see. The doctor kind of reaches into his robe, pulls out a watch on a chain, and just goes, we have talked for about 20 minutes. Hour and a half, probably. Maybe less.
Maybe a little less. You gotta get to the drop-off point. Maybe if you want to do the lame way of hire a gondola driver, you probably need to talk to them.
I mean, obviously, we're just free jumping straight off of the city.
Most definitely not.
Ro can turn into a dang bird, so they're fine.
Lena's just really confident. So
Based on the time it will take us, I would
Valid.
say probably the
noticed.
best thing is 50 minutes.
Okay.
all right,
Got it.
that's
Okay.
That
Literally.
sounds,
That should be enough time.
that sounds fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Armor.
Well, Lena, are you do you need the roof for now, or can I
oh
use that?
no, have at. I'm just going to go put on my armor, and yes, by all means. I've had it for several hours, so by all means.
Thank you. All right. And Faris is gonna pick up her spear and head up to the roof.
I think Lena will like start going upstairs to her room and just like make eye contact with Zeke and do like one of these and just go upstairs to her room.
To follow.
The doctor goes and gets the sign off of the door to his room and then hangs it on the entryway into the entire apartment.
Oh, nice.
He learned that nobody went in his room last time, so if he makes the whole
true.
thing seem...
Valid, and
All right.
nobody would be surprised.
So let's zoom in on Ferris. Are you by yourself, or is anyone joining Ferris on Roofland?
Ro would have dropped off snacks for Everett and Tiny like they promised before the meeting. But then
Ferris
they
no
would
liar.
have, yeah, no, of course not. You have to. It's very important that if you say you're gonna do a thing, that you do it. And then they're gonna sort of tiptoe to like follow Ferris and just kind of watch what she's up to.
So yeah, Ro would see Faris up on the roof. She is sort of like knelt down with her spear like out in both hands like that, muttering something under her breath in something that sounds like whatever the language is called that they all speak, common, mixed in with something else that Ro wouldn't be able to understand, but it sounds like the language she utters words in to cast her spells, basically. And currently, like, every tattoo on her body is glowing, and the spear is just like ablaze with this like solar energy. So Faris is casting Blazing Avenger on her spear, mechanically.
And just for the the kids at home, what does Blazing Avenger do approximately or precisely?
So you recite a magical statement about your ideal while holding a weapon, imbuing it with incredible power. The weapon gains the following benefits. It now glows faintly at all times and glows brighter when enemies are nearby. When holding the weapon, you may cast Fiery Avenger on it at will for no AP cost. When you roll a 20 when making an attack with the weapon, it casts the Smite spell on your target.
Ooh.
So that's like a permanent effect until I either dismiss it or cast it on a different weapon.
Dang.
Ouch.
It's very cool.
Hot.
And once she's...
The weapon
Oh, sorry.
is blazing with light.
So yeah, once she's finished casting her spell, she stands up and kind of like weighs it in her hands again, and then starts again doing those like drill patterns, but now with a lot more like vigor and energy. And as she swings the spear around, it kind of just like bursts with these little like bursts of energy.
You probably hear like clumsy sort of footsteps behind you near like the door or the latchway. And Ro is like trying to copy you in your like stretching and training like routine. They just have like this little knife instead of a big spear, and they're like like trying to mimic you.
Aris sees this and just stops what she's doing and stares at Ro like almost in shock, looking like sad for a moment, but then breaks out into a smile and is just like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna practice so that I can be better about helping keep people safe like you.
Well, you're already very good at keeping people safe, so I don't think you need to worry about that too much. But the techniques I'm using are better for a polearm, so I think if you wanted, I could teach you some really good tricks with that knife of yours. And she, on her belt, she has 2 like small Jambia daggers, so she just takes out one of her daggers and like flips it around in her hand.
Yeah, I try to flip mine and I can't because I don't actually use weapons that much.
She kind of goes like,
I got it!
I just realized you were literally raised by wolves. You haven't been trained in weaponry.
No, but I watched a lot of people, like on the roads and stuff who can do weapon things. Normally I am also a wolf though, so.
Okay. Come here.
But I'll practice real hard. I have to practice a lot to change into things, so I bet I can practice even more with my knife.
We're gonna practice right now.
Okay,
Wanna do that?
Yeah, I bend down and I pick it up and I'm just like ready to go.
Okay, so come over here.
Okay.
All right, so I know that you usually use magic and you can usually transform, but this will be for if you find yourself in a situation where that's not possible.
Okay.
You need to be able to take care of yourself.
Okay.
So daggers are really good for if an enemy gets up close and personal and you find yourself trapped.
Okay.
A concealed dagger can save your life. And she starts showing Ro a few sort of tricks where you can almost like pull the dagger out really quickly and just like really quickly stab or thrust the dagger or slash the dagger. And she shows them like different points to aim for on a person's body and stuff like that.
Okay, Ro is very intently watching and listening and trying very hard to do things correctly.
Faris is like the most patient you've ever seen her with this. And like encouraging the entire time, like constantly going like, okay, yeah, we can do better than this, but this is amazing. Where did you get this dagger? Did you get that here? It looks kind of rusty.
Yeah, I think it's pretty old. I found it back in Grimrock Forest where my pack is. It was where they found me when I was a pup.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Can you describe what the dagger looks like? Just, for my benefit, no one else.
It is a, long, very rusty and weathered dagger that does have, it looks like it was at one point very finely made, but is, a piece of junk now. It's very rusty and beaten, and there is a symbol of a, crest on the pommel of it.
Ferris, you recognize the crest.
Mm-hmm.
Once you see it in plain light, it is the crest of Baron Colvrax.
Can I look at that closer, Ro?
Oh yeah. Here, I don't really know too much about it, but Big said that it might help me find my people pack. So here, maybe you know. All I know is this picture has something to do with here, and I hand it over. Handle first, like Ferris probably showed me.
Yes. She turns
Here,
over.
take this dagger, stab.
Grabs it by the blade. Ferris turns it over in her hands. She recognized it before she was holding it, but you wanna find your human pack, right?
Yeah, I haven't really been very good about looking for them since I got here, but Big and my friend Lash seem to think that it was super important that I try to find where I came from first, so I came here to look. I don't really know how, though. and I think I want to try a little bit more.
Well, they're right. Family is the most important thing. Obviously, we've got this thing with the doctor to take care of now, but... Well, you know I would do anything to help you. So if you want to find them, then I will help you find them.
That would be really nice, Ferris, because I don't know where to start. The city is really big, and whenever I try to find things, I get in trouble. So, help would be nice.
When we get back from this, we might be able to look into some stuff.
Thank you! And I just sort of like move forward and give you like a big lick across your hand, like holding your knife. Like, just kind of like a thank you.
You know
Ferris.
what? This... Oh, sorry. Yep.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Keep going. Ignore me.
Faris hands the dagger back to Ro, hilt first.
Nice.
But then... Look, I know that one is important to you, but it is kind of dull and rusty, so... I know you don't actually need any extra help to protect yourself. You're very good at that already, but I would really like you to take one of my daggers and use it if you need to defend yourself.
Okay. It's gonna be a lot better than this one, I guess, because it's important, but it's not very sharp. And I know that a knife should be sharp, like my claws. So thank
Exactly.
you. I'll take really good care of this one. I won't let it get rusty like this old one.
At some point I can show you how to stop blades from getting rusty.
Yeah.
And she takes the other, like, Jambia dagger out and hands it to Ro, hilt first. And then probably, actually no, she'll give you the sheath, the little sheath as well.
I'll rig it onto my oversized belt, which is pretty clearly just an adult's belt that Ro has poked extra holes into so that it fits them.
Yeah.
As you do.
Like you do, yeah. All of their clothes are clearly oversized adult clothing that they've just, like, absconded and made theirs. Is your people pack far away?
Yes, very far away. And I don't know if I will see them again, so... But I have you, and the others, I guess.
You hear some, like a cacophony of like 1,000 plates falling over. It just sounds absurdly loud.
Ro just instantly, I didn't do it!
I know I can see you.
Okay.
We should go and check on that, right?
Oh, maybe Everett got hungry again. I should have gotten them more snacks.
I'm sure you got them plenty of snacks. Okay. Let's go.
All right.
And Faris, like, stands up and then... No, sorry, she's already standing up. She sort of kneels down in front of Ro and very briefly and awkwardly gives them a massive hug. And then just kind of awkwardly pulls away and stands up and goes like, yeah, we should go check on whatever that was.
I don't think Ro's actually been hugged before.
Oh no!
Because wolves
Baby.
don't hug. They don't have normal arms. So I think you pull
What
away and
you're
Ro
saying
just
makes-
has this big smile on their face because that felt really nice. And they'll just sort of skip behind Ferris. You still hear like the occasional like ha ha as they're like practicing little stabbing moves.
I am broken
Oh.
now.
Ferris,
No.
as you head downstairs and you see Ro tuck the rusty dagger with the symbol of the Baron,
Mhm.
as you start heading out to determine what's making that noise, figuring out what's next, what's on Ferris's mind? Give us a little mind picture. Because I'm mean.
you so much. Faris is picturing two small children, one about Rose's age, one a few years younger, both of whom also used to attempt to copy the way she fought sometimes.
Excellent. I believe Zake and Lena had a conversation to finish.
Ouch.
Follow that, Megan. Go on, you can do it.
Time rewound slightly. The
Just gonna
crashing
leave.
noise has not happened yet.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that I have like the market cornered on sadness, but ow. So Lena like just goes up. I mean, so
Sam.
much, Sam. Oh my god. So Lena goes up into her room and like is Zeke like right behind her?
Zake stops at the door, knocks and asks, "Can I come in?"
And she's like, yes.
Just showing
Like,
you how to do things.
Well, I already motioned as if I wanted you to come here, so you really don't need to. Whatever.
I know, it was for... It was a joke. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Are you sure? Are you sure it was a joke? Anyway, and Lena like starts like pulling her like armor pieces out of various piles. I picture Lena's bedroom as like she's got like a workbench with like meticulously placed tools, and then the rest of it just looks like a whirlwind went through, and there are just piles of things everywhere, but she knows where absolutely everything is, and she's just pulling like her armor pieces, throwing them on the bed, and just starts like putting her armor on like while she's talking, paying no, like Zake's there, but whatever. Like, so she's like pulling her boots on and like sticking her daggers in, like takes off her pajamas, starts putting her armor on. He's like, so I don't know if you know this, but you seem to know like more than I do about a lot of things. So last night when she was here, you know, and she was leaving, and I had asked her like why she did what she did, and she said something about like, do you know what an ardent is? Does that mean anything to you?
What now?
An ardent? I could have heard it wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what she had said. Just like like putting her like breastplate on, like, just, like
I mean, my mother used to tell me stories about that, but were always children's stories.
but like what?
About Argents.
But like what are they?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. I don't know if this is true, but the stories usually said that these people have some kind of gift that they could force or not. I'm not sure on the details. They could force people to feel their emotions. I don't know. It wasn't always good stories, you know, because some people chose to use it for goods, but sometimes they were the villains. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they were all called Ardents. It was the quality of being able to do that. Almost as if the emotions seeped through them, I think. They emanated them. But why?
Alright, well, she was obviously just full of shit, because that makes no sense whatsoever.
I don't know. You know that children's stories usually have some sort of truth on their basis. It might not be as flourished as I'm telling it, but might have something of truth.
But she said that Corinne was one, and that's why she had to kill her. But if it's C, it doesn't.
But, and who did you say ordered the killing?
Nat, the Emperor.
Okay, so Nare said that they were hired by the Orlath Empire's Shadow Master.
Shadow
a
Master.
Job that you'll have a hard time proving exists.
Right, Shadow Master. The Shadow Master from the Empire, which, I mean, obviously exists,
more
but good luck
stories.
proving it. Right, like.
This is getting complicated, Lena.
It doesn't need to be complicated. It's as complicated as the next time I see her, she is dead. And that is it. But now I'm sitting here and the wheels of my head are just turning and turning, and I'm trying to figure out if anything she said was real, or if she was just trying to save herself, or if it shouldn't be this hard to just kill someone. I mean, she did it really easily, so why not me?
I don't know, Lena. This seems like you're uncovering something larger than just do the one killing. The Shadow Master?
It wasn't.
I mean, just think of the ramifications. If Ardents are indeed real, they exist.
But
I mean,
it doesn't seem like that bad of a thing. Like, why would an Empire's Shadow Master want to? It doesn't make any sense.
do you know if Corinne supported the Emperor?
I mean, as much as a minor noble does.
I don't know.
I didn't sign up for all of this.
Of course not. But
Yeah. Do you think I don't know. I want to think that it's just all made up. That would be so much easier if it was just all made up.
We could ask Faris. You know, the stories from my mother were from Shamsara.
Oh.
My parents were from there, as you know.
Right, yes.
If someone might have more information, it might be Faris.
There's a cacophony crashing noise that emanates out into the room you're in.
What the? I think, like, with that, she's like, oh, shit. And, like, pulls both of her boots on quickly and, like, sticks a dagger in each one. Sticks one, like, down, like, the side of her breastplate. It's like, all right, well, I guess that's... Better go figure out what that is, and then we'll, like, grab her cloak off of another, like, pile of discarded clothing and, like, fasten it on one side.
How do you make any sense of any of this? Looks around at the mess of the room.
Oh, I mean, it's very easy. So that is clothing that is clean but needs to be folded and put away. This is clean clothing that has been folded and needs to be put away. This is dirty clothing that needs to be washed super a lot.
I regret asking.
Well, it all makes sense. Everything has a place.
I still don't think so, but let's go and check on that noise.
All
Right. Doctor, because you're the only one not in this shadowy, secret, personal conversation, you get to this crashing noise first. As you wheel onto the kitchen, you come upon a just mound of shattered what's the word for, like, ceramic? Yeah, as you see Tiny and Everett in the kitchen, and Everett is looking down at this pile. Well, it seems to be just about every plate in the house stacked up and then has fallen off the counter.
What happened here? Are you all right?
Tiny knocked the tower over. It was a really nice tower, but I'm fine. I'm fine.
That's good. Here, let me help you. And the doctor will kind of like bend over and start to pick up pieces.
Sure.
And kind of look over the kid to just make sure he's not injured. Same thing with Tiny.
The kid does not seem injured at all, and with all this ceramic everywhere, you must imagine he was probably like on the counter when it fell over.
Valid.
I'm sure the dog did it. I'm sure.
No. I know it's him, but I'm not gonna.
Moments later, the rest of the fam arrive because that noise was loud. And as you investigate, you do indeed find that every single plate in your dwelling was in that stack. There was one unshattered plate.
Cool. Well, I guess we're going to be eating out of pans for a while.
I mean, I guess we're just going to be making a lot of soup.
Don't worry about it. I'll get some from Arvis. Yes, so
We have leftovers.
There's lots of soup.
Great. Perfect. This is.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Yeah, filled everyone up the first time around. No one wanted seconds.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly why nobody wanted seconds. Small child. Are you going to be staying here? We're leaving soon.
I'll looks at Ro.
Do you need a place to stay?
Do you need a place to stay? Are your parents all right?
I have this really nice house that I got locked out of the other day, and I can just go there. It's fine. It's fine. His eyes are just on the floor, and he's like shielding really hard.
If you need to stay here, you can stay. Just stay away from the bowls, please, and the cups.
Looks at Lena.
And you don't want to go in the
pretty sure he's afraid of.
That tracks. I got a scary robot arm.
Yeah. I can stay here?
Yes.
I mean, if it's okay with Ro, I mean, you're sharing their room, so as long as they're willing to share with you, then I don't have a problem with it. Somebody needs to protect Tiny while we're out.
If he needs a place to stay, then he stays here.
All right, but can we set a few rules? Because this kind of points at the doctor.
Zeke loves rules.
Yeah. Points at the doctor bending down, just picking pieces of plates. Because this can happen, huh? Everett, was it? Your name?
Yeah, my name's Everett. There was a complete accident, I promise. It was just, the Tiny knocked it over.
That's all right.
Of course, yes,
just
that happens.
make sure that if you're going to stay here, these accidents don't happen anymore. Rule 1. No breaking things.
Ooh.
Okay.
Lena thinks back, it's like, whoops. I know I've broken that.
No, I can help clean it up too. I've got a lot of experience cleaning, promise.
That's fine, but one good way of not having to clean is to not break things. So don't break things.
Zeke, I think he gets it.
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
I think he gets it. Can you lay off him?
You're a little scary, if we're being quite honest.
I am not scary. You're the scary one.
Since I'm
It's
Everett,
lovely.
who is more scary, me or Zeke?
I put on the most charming face possible.
Oh my god. Ro
Right,
just sort of leans over and is like, see, I told you they were really nice.
Everett, you don't have to answer that question.
The doctor just leans into
I
Everett
would
and
like
goes,
to.
say I'm the most scary. They'll give up.
I would like to know the answer to that question.
I said you're both scary.
Oh. Well,
Can we please stop bullying the small child?
Weird.
Yeah, wait, just not bullying. Just a
Zake's being a
sec. Rule
bully.
2. No running around the house. Because that will mean things will get broken.
But Ro runs around the house.
Zeke, you're not even here.
I already
so
broke
why
all
does
the
it
good
matter?
stuff anyway.
And he points to Ferris. And this one, she just swings her spear inside. I can do that, right? Because if the adults ought to do it, I'm out to do it.
I'm
Nope.
That's not
trained.
true. Ferris is a professional.
But she moves
Yes.
all the furniture, and it's too heavy because I can't move it. So I don't think if I'm not home to help, you could move it. But you
Rule
can
3,
run
don't
and
move the furniture.
No, please do not move the furniture. please. Oh, this is. You know
You
what?
can move
You're
my
right.
furniture. It's okay.
But like,
You're right.
Okay.
I'm not here enough to worry about this. If the child stays, you deal with this. Let's go.
Just don't go in Zake's room. And you know what? Don't go in my room. There's a lot of sharp things in there that I don't want you touching.
Don't go in
And
my
I don't
room
want my
'cause you will
organization
die.
system to be messed up. So,
Everett, do you still want to stay here?
yeah, it's warmer than my usual home.
Please stay here. Please ignore
that's
them.
incredibly depressing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like I said, don't go in my room because you will die, and you don't want to die.
There's also a lady in my room. She's a bit ill, so maybe don't disturb her. But
So just stay in the common areas and Rose's room. Does that seem fair? You can hang out here, Rose's room.
and there's plenty of food, so
There's
help
plenty
yourself.
of food. You can go up.
All right.
You can go up and look in the telescope if you want during the day. There's not much to see, but it's also very cool on the roof.
Okay. So I figured it out. Don't break things, and don't open any doors because you might die. I understand.
Oh yeah,
You know what,
and
that
also
seems-
don't
yes,
open this
yeah, that-
cabinet over here because you will die if you open this one as well.
What cabinet is that?
I
The
didn't
doctor's
know that.
cabinet where he gets all the medicine and stuff out of it.
I mean, valid.
The doctor just leans in and is like, that one's not true. I just don't want him to mess with the medicine.
Oh, yeah.
While the doctor's doing that, Faris will lean to Everett and be like, and also the last rule is ignore Zake because he's really mean.
Nice.
Well,
The
I'm
key
just
will
gonna go
break
play
your
with Tiny
spirit.
alone in a corner, and he like scritches Tiny and tries to get Tiny to come, but we'll see if
Poor
that works.
child.
But he runs off towards Rose's
Nice.
Hmm.
I think Ro will kind of bend down and like hold Tiny, like hold Tiny's head, like scritching behind the ears, and I will speak with animals to like actually talk to Tiny real quick, and I will just be like, okay, I've gotta go and help them find some mushrooms to save people. So you have to stay here and help keep Everett and the doctor's patients safe in case that mean guy comes back. So be on your guard, and you're in charge, okay?
Oh.
All right. It does let me like sort of like telepathically talk, but everybody totally hears Ro just like.
Yeah. I know it lets them communicate back, but
Yeah.
like you got the meaning.
It's fine. Yeah. So, and I'll just send Tiny off to guard Everett.
Nice.
Faris looks after where Everett went and is like, maybe I should leave a note for Alika in case she wakes up and none of us
She's
are here,
going
but there's
to
a
be-
child she doesn't know.
And
And a
the
lot of
wolf.
patients and a wolf. So you know what? That actually is probably a good idea. Just in case.
Yeah, I'm just
Still
gonna
haven't
do
changed
that.
into my armor, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Oh yeah.
Nobody
Cool.
go in
Alright.
Zake's room. He gets very uncomfortable if you go into his room when he's getting changed.
I just want you to ask. It's the only thing.
I don't know
Never
when you
mind.
got shy. Nope, sorry, bye.
You know, honestly,
not
I'm
about
really
being shy.
liking this look right here.
It's about being respectful. That's just it.
Right? Fine. Yeah, well.
Does anyone else have anything of particular note they want to accomplish?
Faris will write a note for Alika explaining everything and go into her room to leave it on like the bedside table.
Glass
She
of water,
is
2 aspirin.
fast asleep,
No.
face to the side, sleeping soundly.
Okay. Yeah, she won't disturb her. She'll just kind of takes a brief look over her to make sure she is okay and still alive, and leaves the note like
Little
where she will
rise and fall
obviously
of
see
breath.
it. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, she just leaves the note where she will like very obviously see it when she wakes up, and then quietly leaves.
Excellent.
Ro tries to copy the warning sign on the doctor's bedroom to put it on theirs just in case some bad person comes in, because they also noted the doctor's room was safe, but they can't read or write, so it's kind of just scribbles that look vaguely like letters.
Well, now it's on the
Excellent.
apartment door, so you have to go outside to see what it looks
I
like.
love it so much.
They're doing it from memory then.
This is my favorite
Excellent.
thing. Yeah.
All right.
For once,
Doctor's
Lena's
just
ready.
gonna-
She's ready to roll.
Doctor's just gonna pull out a ratchet real quick and make sure that his leg is fastened on as tightly as possible before heading to a place that's not gonna be normal.
That's legit.
Are you going down to the hangs to hire a gondola driver, or are you just gonna like find something that glides and be like, YOLO?
You have no idea how badly Lena just wants to jump off of the side of the city. But something tells me that we're going to go to the gondolas.
Can I Mary Poppins this
I've
with
almost
my
died
robes?
3 times already. It's fine. Like, it's a big deal.
All right.
But if we're going to the hangs, I'm like, my head's on a swivel for future corpse.
You don't see Future Corpse, narrate depiction.
Right, cool.
However,
Cool.
you do see Dart.
Kill him. Sorry.
Dr. Fillion. He's just traveling. You come out one of the lifts, and he passes by the group on one of the rope and wooden bridges that lace around the underside.
Varys would give him a courteous nod.
Hope your day is going well.
Yeah, pretty good, thanks.
And
Oh,
then-
this is the doctor that saved Alika from being turned to stone permanently.
We've met.
Ah, you're the one who did it. Okay, I wondered why the work wasn't as good as it could have been, whatever.
You know full well
It's a
that my work
joke, I'm
was
kidding.
excellent.
You can't
Do
read
not
his facial
decry my
cues.
practice in front of people who can't tell the difference, please.
I'll say no. Well, okay, they actually don't often know when I'm kidding. Never mind. It was a joke, everyone. The work was actually quite well done.
Right, okay.
Where's your neat mask?
Reaches out.
Did you come like in a twin package or something? Because, damn, this is. Ooh.
Well, normally, we only wear a mask like this when we're trying to stave off an infection and keep a plague from passing from person to person.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mr. Donor has perfectly valid reasons for wearing the garb when unneeded.
Yeah,
Looks
the reason
super
that you
neat.
Oh, it is
said-
always needed.
The reason that you just said.
He's actually going. He blinks a moment, puts down his doctor's bag, and waves a little bit of magic. You see a little glimmer of darkness appear in the middle of a swirl of his finger,
Excuse?
and you can see that little glimmer echo a moment later in his eyes. And he's looking at the doctor up and down.
I think Lena's gonna lean over and just be like, do you need me to beat this guy up for you?
You want me to kill this guy for
You want
you?
me to kill this guy?
So desperate for a murder.
We'll see in a moment.
She's
Don't
just
worry,
like this
I'll get
small
you if I
feral
need you.
thing. She's like,
And he just shakes his head, picks up his doctor's bag, and walks away kind of quickly.
As he does, I just go, "It's why nobody's died from it in months." And just walk on.
that was
He
weird,
turns
right?
back and shouts, actually. It's reckless.
Sometimes.
It's unprofessional.
Oh,
Shall we go?
Doctor, there's
Yes.
nothing wrong with being a little bit reckless. Don't let him get to you.
Well, yeah, we are about to do something excessively reckless, so I understand that.
Wait, you didn't say it was excessively reckless before.
Calm
Oh,
down,
yeah.
Zeke.
Now I'm even more excited.
Cover his...
Hey, come here.
Earmuffs.
It's gonna be harder if he's standing because Lena is very short.
In the view out from underneath Valarith, you can make out the Goliath's hat. It is a grand mushroom, larger than Starfall Spire, much, much larger than perhaps the largest buildings you've seen. It stands as a monument above the rest of the tree line. It actually only comes up maybe 100 feet under the hangs.
That's like a mush mansion.
That is so neat. We're gonna go to it.
I think we're going in it,
Yes.
actually.
Ro looks very excited for Mushroom Adventure now.
To avoid waking it up, the best method of ingress is to actually try to go in from under the cap.
Fun.
I'm very good at infiltrating things. This will go fine.
Expertise in infiltrating mushrooms.
It's like explaining to the
Infiltration is
gondola guy. She's
infiltration.
like, we have to be very careful. You need to go underneath, but you have to go slow, quiet.
Lena, actually, you're looking at this. It looks like Valarith's aimed to go like right over it. You might just be able to use a rope if you time it right.
Like if anybody's looking at Lena, I think Lena's just like sitting there looking at it, and you can just like see the wheels turning, and like she starts like grinning wider and wider. It's like, I think I might meet you down there. I'm just looking at it. She's like looking at it, and like Zake probably recognizes the look. It's like she's doing like the trajectories and shit in her brain. She's looking and she's like looking at it.
No.
No, I can totally do it. Like it's going to come like right under the city.
No. Why? Why would you ever? No.
Why not?
Because you will die if something goes wrong.
I mean, maybe.
She hasn't died yet.
Yeah, but she
I haven't
hasn't
died
jumped
yet.
off a flying city yet.
I've fallen off of a tower. I mean, what?
Slightly different.
Nope.
Wait, what?
No, nothing. No, I'm fine. It's not that far underneath the hang. If I just go down to the lowest part of the hangs, it's only going to be like, it's less than 100 feet.
Oh,
And I can just swing on in.
it's gonna go terribly wrong.
Well, if it does, you can say that I told you so.
Not if you're
I know
dead.
how much you love. No, the doctor can bring me back, and you can say I told you so. I know how much you love
From
that.
the dead, not from the dead, only from the mostly dead.
Well, then I'll just mostly die. But I'm not going to do any of that because it's going to go perfectly, and then I'll be able to say I told you so when everything goes well. And I love that.
So the hapless gondola driver, who is a bearded, muscled man wearing a tank top, the camera just pans over. So am I getting hired or not?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think it's
Never
only
had
her
anything
who's
fun.
gonna.
Doctor just puts his hands on Lena's shoulders and just like face to beak. Listen, it is very important we get this.
Mhm.
Die. It is one less person here to help us.
Mhm.
That means
not
more
going to die.
people die.
Okay.
Also, I like you. I don't want you to die.
No, I'm not going. And I think she's gonna like put her forehead like up to like resting on the edge of the like, I'm not gonna die. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna look so cool.
All right. We got to get on this soon. Now, keep in mind, once you're down there, you only have about an hour and a half, 2 hours for me to come and get you on the back end. Otherwise, you'll be out of range, and you'll have to find your own way back. We will
So
get left behind. The city will not stop
Nat,
you.
logistically,
Yeah.
when I do this,
Yeah.
sorry. If I do this,
Win, but okay.
what are we talking? Is this like a climb down to the bottom of the hangs, swing on in type of deal? Like if I have to get up and under the mushroom cap, like what? Like can you paint me a
I was
picture of what this
imagining-
maneuver needs to be for me to not?
So I was
die
actually
doing it?
imagining you get a rope, hang it over, climb down the rope part way,
Okay.
and
Yep.
hang at the bottom as you go, and then let go, drop on the top, and then you'll get under when once
Oh,
you're
that's
there.
so easy.
Yeah. Or you could like try to swing one fell swoop, but like, then you have to roll dice. And also then the
Oh, but
wind
how
rushes
cool would
through
it
your
be?
hair and like you
Or
got that
you-
thrill of exhilaration.
But how cool would it?
Or you could
That'd be
take
so
the
much
flying
fun.
Yeah.
boat.
You can take the lame
That's
flying
boring.
boat.
We're not taking the flying boat. We're just deciding if this is a dangle and drop or a badass swing.
I'm into it no matter what, honestly.
I'm gonna go down swinging.
There's plenty of rope on hand in the hangs. You don't have to
Yeah,
use your
yeah,
own
yeah.
rope. You tie it off. You get to cross a bridge and ready to swing.
I think, like, as I do it, I'd be like, so I'll meet you down there.
Good luck.
They're just, oh, thanks. And I think she's gonna, like, look at Zeke as she's, like, winding up this rope. And just, like, sits there, like, looking at him for a second. Just, like, I'll see you down
Go
there.
on then.
Okay, and she's gonna, like, run up and kiss him on the cheek and just, like, skip away.
Aw.
To go dangle from this rope and swing under the mushrooms.
I think Ro kind of looks up at the others like around and is like, should I like fly down with her? And then I just pop into a hawk.
Yeah,
Good
Zundra
idea.
dies, you will let us know.
Anyone else want to swing? I'm assuming the answer is no.
No. Zeke will edge closer to the doctor and just like grab onto his like sleeve and just pull on slightly tighter than a normal person would in nerve
Don't worry,
wracking
Zeke.
moments.
You'll be able to tell right away if Lena gets hurt doing this.
Oh,
Could you
jeez.
wait until we are down there so that if you're not dead when you land, I can bring you back from not dead?
And she just like puts a thumb up as she's like running away.
Well, actually, she'll have to swing first because of the trajectory of the
Yeah.
city.
Ah, shit.
Yep, it'll be fine.
All right, so the 3 remaining groundies get on the
Three
sane
rational
people.
people.
Sane
Yeah,
people.
the 3 rational people.
Hey, I'm a bird. I'm
Groundies, yeah.
fine.
Okay, let's be honest. Ro is completely rational here. Being a bird is superior in this circumstance.
It's
But I would
ideal,
argue
really.
Be
Ro
nerds.
is just at all times both rational and irrational at the same time.
Pure chaos.
The gondola starts to fly down, and Archie moves to the slide slightly to allow for Lena's path. As Lena, the time goes off, you jump off the side of this bridge and begin rushing down. The gondola driver is watching, and he says, "What a woman!" And we're gonna come back on that roll next time after break.
What
Next
a woman
time.
indeed.
Next time on Quest.
Tune in.
Tune in to see if I die
After
or
break,
not.
we'll be back in like 10.
Oh,
And,
no.
yeah. So get some water, go stretch. Do what you gotta do.
Prepare for the death.
Go swing from
Prepare.
a flying city.
Yeah, effing
Yeah,
chat.
don't swing from a flying city. Just go hydrate and
Kids, don't
stretch a
try
little.
this at home.
I was so scared that Ro was about to be like, should I do that too?
so good.
Alright, sorry.
Yeah, we're back, by the way. I
Oh,
cut back in
nice.
the middle of that.
All right, so Lena is tumbling through the air, having failed this swing, and crashed. Sorry.
Excuse.
Sorry, Megan. I'm just practicing for the result.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
roll the die, please?
It's not very
The
nice.
die.
I feel like everybody should have a little faith in Lena and her abilities. Oh, suck
3.
it. That's a 16.
Ah, dang it.
Part of me was like, if I fail this and get hurt, it's gonna be hilarious. But also, it's gonna be also hilarious when it goes really well and I
Alright.
can just rub Zake's nose in it.
Megan,
Yes.
describe in vivid detail this bad attitude.
Yeah, cool. So I think like gets down to the bottom of the hangs, the rope is tied on, she tests the knot. She's tied a million knots before. This is her thing. So she's just sitting at the bottom, she tests the knot. It's like, all right, and just is waiting for to time it just right. And there's a brief second where she's like, maybe I shouldn't have done this. And it's like, well, too late now, because the gondola's left without me. And just kind of jumps up and pushes herself off and swings down to the end of the rope and just gets kind of pumps her legs a little bit to get right up and under the cap and just lands perfectly, not that anybody can see it, but perfect 3-point stance, lets go of the rope, and it just swings back.
So, as you get up and under and land, you actually are sliding forward, because as you didn't quite realize how quickly Valarith was moving, and you have all that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, as you do this epic stance, you slide against the spongy surface, and you immediately hit by that earthy, tickly spore feeling that Robert described earlier. But you are inside, underneath the cap. So you can see a selection of tubes on the inside, colored in this pale violet.
Yeah, it would be pretty if it wasn't so weird. And she's going to just kind of try to peek out to see how far back the gondola is and just kind of plan her pose for when the gondola arrives. She's trying to think of what's going to look the coolest. So she's just tries a casual lean. It's no, that's not good enough. And just sits down. It's no, that's not right. And just ends up going with she's turned around with her back facing the cap. So when everyone lands, she'll just turn around and be oh, welcome to the mushroom.
I feel
So that's what she does with her spare moments before the gondola catches up.
So as you're facing away from the direction they're probably gonna enter, a bird alights on your shoulder.
And she's oh, hi, Ro. That was pretty cool, right?
I just sort of nod, but in that weird bird way where my whole body moves.
And I'm just gonna scritch under the beak.
My feathers ruffle up. And then I just start preening myself and peeking at Lena's hair.
It's stop. I'm trying to do a thing.
No, I'm definitely ruining your whole vibe.
I'm just trying to vibe.
Maybe a minute or so later, the gondola gets underneath the cap, and this man helps everyone underneath, and gives people boosts when they need. Everyone, you're climbing in between these little frills that spine inside the mushroom, and they feel kind of fleshy. And when you poke them, little spores fly out, and they don't feel good to breathe. But the doctor assures you it's fine. He's perfectly safe.
Zane's wearing a mask too, so
This is
that's
true,
lucky.
I am perfectly
Lucky for
safe.
him.
Aris will just slowly bring up her scarf cape thing and kind of wrap it around her mouth.
Honestly, you don't have to worry. As long as you are not here, then it would germinate. It'll be fine. It has to be near the source.
It's gonna
Alright.
take precaution anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, but can we just so the spores are cool. y'all saw that, right?
Oh yeah, that was very cool.
Oh yeah, I was clapping from the gondola. It was
We were
very-
all whooping and cheering, apart from Zake.
Oh,
'cause,
thank you. Zake,
being
is there anything
quiet
you would
people.
like to say? As I have just done this really cool thing.
No, not really.
All right, well, fine. All right, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, sure. And she'll
Really
just like,
cute how supportive you are of each other.
and just like sidle up next to him and just be like, "I told you so." It's like, yeah. So where do we have to go, Doctor? Now that we're all here under the mushroom.
Yeah, we have to go to the base. Basically, we have to find our way down these tubes, vein-like structures, downward, till we find roots that are growing upwards into the base of the fungus.
All right.
Okay.
Doesn't seem too hard. Do you know? So we're just going down?
It's pretty much just go down. Yeah, it's not like I have a map.
All right, but we're on a time, tight, right? Tight in time, so maybe we should.
The driver yells up from below, and if you don't do it quick, might not be getting back.
You know,
Thank
it doesn't
you.
hurt to do this. Do you sell maps for this place?
Oh, do I look like I'm wearing a red and green jumpsuit?
I didn't think you did, but it didn't hurt to ask.
Are maps only sold by people wearing red and green jumpsuits?
I don't know. It's weird.
It seems weird. All right.
Should we go?
I'm already going.
Yeah. yeah.
I think Ro will hop down from Lena's shoulder and turn back into Ro and be like, "Oh yeah, if we need to move really fast." And like as everybody's sort of walking away, you just hear Ro howl and like their little like "oh" sound, and everybody feels this like surge of speed. It lasts for an hour, so I can imbue up to 6 nearby creatures with haste for the next hour. Can outrun any other creatures traveling by foot.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
So,
As we set off, Faris is also going to cast Shield and Fiery Avenger on herself, so that she's ready in case anything comes. So I have 3 extra hit
Fire
points.
event doesn't
and
take any AP.
It does not anymore.
nice.
Aha.
And Shield is only 1 AP.
I know that this weird plant thing might like wake up or something. I don't really get it, but I know it might be weird and surprising. So I'm gonna cast Prey Sense also, which is the thing that like gives me an alert if I'm gonna be like surprise attacked. Unfortunately, that only affects Ro.
People casting shit left and
It's
right,
okay.
and then Zeke just looks at Lena. We run?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool.
Oh, imagine.
All right.
Who is
Yeah,
the
nice.
best at leading a party?
I'll go.
Like, Lena doesn't even hesitate, just points at Zeke, like,
Doctor will just come up to Zeke and put his hand on Zake's shoulder and just go, "Keep alert, just in case." And cast Nox to give Zeke alertedness and increased confidence.
oh,
Oh,
that's
no.
the last
He
step.
doesn't
Burn out.
he does not need
That's
that.
dangerous.
Why would
You
you?
Figured it might be useful for an hour. He gets it for an hour.
You have made it a dangerous material.
As you
What have
say,
you done?
keep alert. Zeke just goes, "What? Have you met me?" Oh. Oh. Alrighty, so this is going to be super easy. We're just going to go down as fast as we can and then come back when we have the thing. It's super easy. All right, let's go. He starts
Yeah.
running.
Barely an
I
inconvenience.
will take off running after you.
So there's a number of these lightly violet tubes, which the doctor can identify as the veins of it.
It's a venation.
Yeah, so this way.
They're all effectively the same. You just want to pick one of the big ones and head down. There's nothing to differentiate them in your perspective. As you begin down them, they very quickly and sharply take a turn downward, directly downward. However, there is this convenient, slightly... Oh, also, it's dark. Do you have a torch or something?
Oh,
My
I
spear
have
is on fire.
I have my goggles so that I can
Yeah,
see.
that is
Right.
true.
I have goggles so that I can see in the dark. I think that I
And
can.
The Sun Wife is the light.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, it will glow brighter if enemies come nearby now because of
Oh, I got that in my brains.
Yes,
Yeah.
king style.
Yeah, I can see as if it was daylight, and I can and I can see in infrared. So if something's like lurking, and I can see it like through walls, like I'm basically Predator.
Love it.
Very nice.
So there's this convenient webbing making its way up and down. It is
Convenient.
kind of darker than normal. It's very much like the spider style, but it's dark, not silky color. And you actually can make out a few creatures scattering away from you, and they just travel along the webbing without any real concern. Confident
Spiders.
Zeke venture forward.
Yeah, confident Jake will literally just. All right. So if we move fast enough, they'll probably just scatter. So just keep on going. Ignore those things that you've seen. You've seen nothing. Just keep going forward.
It's a
Are you scared of
confidence might have been a
spiders?
bad idea.
It's fine.
It's like the episode of Community where Jeff gets too much ego.
Yeah.
And they're like, stop
Big.
wearing those sunglasses, you look too good.
It is exactly that.
So, yeah. I mean, I think we'll follow Zeke though, right?
Sure.
Doctor will
Faris will
stay
let you
near
keep
Lena,
the spear
though.
kind of held out.
What? I've already proven that I'm like doing pretty good today. But you know what that's
Today.
also
I'm
about.
fine. All right, so as you're climbing down,
Valid.
creatures are scattering out of the way. They don't seem to get many visitors up in this mushroom home. And you actually travel pretty far down to the point where the vein angles in, and you find yourself in a atrium, and I mean that in the heart sense.
Hey,
This
it's a
is
giant
a
magical
nexus of these veins. It is beating. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. It takes its time.
That's gross.
Doctor just walks up to it and just starts touching it.
No.
Oh, I got a little more to say first, sir.
Oh,
I got a little
okay.
more to say first.
Sorry.
All woven around this space is this darkened webbing. It gets very thick here, and you can make out cocoons of it around. And as you enter the space, there's this skittering noise, but you don't hear it as much as you feel it. It feels like someone's tapping on your bones inside you. Ferris,
How's
your
that spear
spear
looking?
glows brightly, just as it did when you first ignited it up in
Yeah.
the tower.
Doctor, get away from that.
Can I see anything moving around with my
So,
infrared
Lena,
vision?
You look up with your infrared vision, and you
I
get
don't want to know.
you can spy up obscured within the webbing a leg, another leg, and as you're looking, you get the sense, you feel it, that it looks back at you as a dozen glowing red eyes appear.
Oh, I don't want to know. I think Lena's gonna just like tap Zeke on the shoulder and point up.
Yeah, you'll hear Faris call out,
Uh,
something in this room does not want us here, and she's in battle stance already.
Lena,
Yep.
you
Hi.
also make out one other detail with this infraredness. Moving along its abdomen are smaller copies of it.
Cool. Tight.
What is wrong, Luna? You seem to be upset.
Yep. There's a scary thing covered in smaller scary things looking at me.
As Lena is talking about it now, Ro, your prey sense goes off. You know you're in imminent danger.
I'll just sort of cry like, move over, and like hop to the side.
Okay.
All right.
Doctor's gonna use calcify on Lena right then and there.
All right. So actually, we are entering combat, and the protagonists go first. So, Doctor, you calcify Lena. What does Lena do?
That's the thing that if it's 2 hit
If it's
points
2 damage or less,
less,
you take 0.
so, okay. Cool. I feel my heart hardened.
Yeah, you are literally basically crystalline Lena, white crystalline Lena.
I'm
Nice.
Emma Frost.
Yes.
Which is cool because Emma Frost is dope as hell. Okay. I'm gonna. Well, all right. I need to look up my poison stats real quick. Hang on. Here it is. I would like to apply a poison to one of my daggers and toss it at the thing, please.
All right. Which poison?
The black poison.
All right. What does that one do?
Commoners and minions are instantly killed. Bosses are hit for 10 HP.
Excellent. Roll me that attack.
I shall do that.
Oh.
18.
Oh, that's a hit. So you hit it for 2 off the dagger, and then the poison will kick in. It is not a commoner or minion.
So it'll just do 10 HP then. 10 damage.
It'll take
12
10 damage,
plus
so it'll take 12 total. And as that happens, this thing is going to scuttle forth. Scuttle being the operative word. This beautiful, dark, purplish Noxus.
You.
No.
Spider.
Ew, bugs.
And as it strides forth, now that everyone can see it, its horrifying ability does something when I find it. Yeah. So at this point, everybody please roll a die.
Ooh, nat 20.
13.
Just tell me if you fail. 5 or less is a fail.
Okay.
Okay.
And I failed. Yes, hello.
I failed. Hello.
Oh no.
All right.
Roll a 1.
Any who fail are frozen in fear and lose a turn.
Ooh.
Oh,
Fair enough.
Cool.
Yes.
That seems valid when I like hit it with this poison that is supposed to kill it and I don't kill it. It'd be like, oh shit. Oh. Well.
So now Ro and Ferris get to act.
Okay. Do you want to go?
Sure, just because I won't be able to, I think, actually attack this round. It's still, the big one is still up, right?
Yep. And you're a bird, so you can just go and
I
roll,
turned back.
right?
No, I
Oh,
turned
I
back
missed
like
that.
when we were traveling underground. Although, is like, how big is this cavern? Do I get the sense that I could turn into like a bird of prey and
You can
have
fly.
enough space?
Yeah.
'Cause,
I mean, you have to
yeah.
avoid all the webbing. Being, webs.
Nah, I'm gonna fucking do it anyway. Ro's gonna just sort of pop into the form of like a golden eagle. So they're actually a huge fucking bird. And I think that's all I can do, right? So.
Yeah, you start diving through the air, and that is your turn. Ferris.
Aris goes running forward, like spinning this fiery spear around, and just like, again, does this cool like kicks up off the ground and just like stabs it down into the spider's back, or tries to
Right.
at least.
Give me a roll.
That's a nat 20, so it also casts Smite.
So your
Which
attack
the
would
party
normally
have
do.
not seen her cast yet, by the way.
So your attack would already do 3. Smite adds 10.
Yep.
So it's 13.
So that's 13 damage. So
Eh.
yeah, they all see Faris just like almost like it's coalescing like from the spear, just engulfed in glowing light and flame, her eyes burning as she like drives the spear in, and then this explosion of light like emanates from the spider as Smite does its thing.
The spider, you smash it, and its form just starts to disintegrate away.
As it should.
Oh, I have to roll for that, don't I? I have to roll for the Does it have a
Got you.
soul?
I got you.
Does it have a spirit?
I
rolled another 20.
Gee, that's hilarious.
Keep using this die.
As the ashes disintegrate away on this noxious spider, what remains is not what you'd expect it to be. It's not ashes in the shape of a spider, but a woman. Lying among the ashes. She does not seem to be breathing.
Is combat over?
Combat's over, yeah, do things.
Okay, well then
yeah.
the doctor's gonna run up and check on her.
You can immediately tell that this person, let's put it this way, not dying, so not dead, dying. No breathing, yes pulse.
Okay, do I feel like if I were to use just the regular mend ability, which is 5 hit points restored, that they would it immediately restores 5 hit points, mending minor wounds like cuts and bruises? I would assume probably not, because it does not heal.
If you want to use some sort of healing bullshit on this, that feels like a test of fate. That feels like when we roll the die, when failure would be interesting and consequences matter.
Okay. Listen, now, go home, all right? It's an 8. So I try and,
So 8 is
mend her wounds.
That is a mixed success. So I have to give you 2 potential drawbacks, and you get to pick one.
Yeah.
So I think 1 is you can heal her, but it's going to require you using... It's going to require a portion of your livelihood yourself. A significant amount of damage.
Okay.
The other one, she awakens, but she is, let's just say, unfriendly.
Oh man, these are both fun. We're going with unfriendly, because I couldn't decide. I rolled the die.
Uh-oh.
Alright, so you lay your hands on her. For a moment of less rushing, you're able to look her over. Dark hair that has grown a little wild. Like armor, like kind of similar to what Lena wears, you know, something to adventure, fight. There's this flow of healing magic, which I believe from the doctor is a little less light in life, a little more doom and gloom.
It depends, but yes.
It flows
hugs,
into
it's a little
her.
Nicer.
Yeah. And her eyes shoot open, blood red on where the whites of the eyes should be.
Are you all right?
Dart among all of you in fear. The mouth opens, and you see spider-like fangs. A portion of the monstrous form remaining. and she's going to bite the doctor. Well, she's gonna try.
I don't king shang.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, well, that's just I do king
What is
shang.
happening today?
She sinks her fang-like teeth deep into the doctor's shoulder. You feel venom enter your veins.
Uh-oh.
How much is this? Oops. You get bit for 10 damage.
Well, yeah. See that's what we in business like to
Four
call all my health.
4 of it is poison.
HP
So
0.
the teeth
Got it.
sink in, and they get pulled out. You know, these dark and puncture wounds on his shoulder, peeking through the torn cloth. The doctor stumbles back for a moment, just as the time to say one scant phrase before he is rendered unconscious from the poison. Excellent. Does the doctor have a weapon on him?
He has a scalpel, bone saw, and trocar, though none of them in his hand.
Yeah, and they're all like hidden away in your sleeves and stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right. So she's just gonna stand up and bare her teeth.
Okay. This might not work. But seeing that she's a woman, Zeke will quickly snap out of the fear effect. No, wait. Generally, there's a misunderstanding. We can sort this out. I'm gonna try and spend 2 AP to use Silver Tongue, see if we can get away.
What'd that do?
So if we're caught doing something prohibited or mischievous, which I assume infiltrating this thing would be,
Yeah, that rocks.
Yeah, pick 3. There's 3 options. You pick one, Nat. I'm spending 1 extra AP, so you tell me this or that, and if I guess correctly.
All right. So what are the 3? And then I
3
eliminate one, right?
Yeah. So first one is we're here on someone else's orders. Someone with authority commanded us to do this, or ignorance. We didn't know better, and it was a genuine mix-up, or graft. I offer something from value from my inventory in exchange. So give me 2.
It can't. It's not as a genuine mix-up. But the other 2,
Okay.
authority or something of value as trade.
Okay. Yeah. So Zeke will see that she's kind of going feral, and hopefully, in a sign of peace, he'll just take one of his daggers from his bag and kind of go down lower than her and hand it over, trying to show that, here you go, it's yours. I'm offering you a weapon. It's nothing, you don't need to fear us. Picking the graft option.
That was the correct option.
Yes.
So she grasps the dagger out of your hand. You can see her fingers are a little longer and spiked. She grabs it out of your hand and then begins backing away. As she backs away, she gets down a little lower, actually moving on 3 of her limbs, and then as she is receding into the darkness, she whips out a hand and looks at it as nothing happens. And she kind of blinks and stands up a little bit taller.
It's okay. Something wrong? Can you understand us?
Yes.
Good.
What's going on?
Can you help him? Pointing at the doctor on the floor.
Are you all right?
No.
Why are you here?
She's looking around in the webs above, and they lock on a particular bundle towards the roof. And she runs to the wall and begins climbing hand over fist up to that bundle. It's pretty large, like the size of a bear.
Do you need help?
She does not respond as she climbs to the top and begins using the dagger to cut the webbing holding that bundle.
Is there anything we can do for the doctor in the meantime?
Yeah.
Yeah, is there
So the
like...
doctor won't just die.
Yeah, I also can actually even act, from what I've read.
Oh.
Because I'm not unconscious
Oh.
until I get hit at 0 hit points. If I'm
really?
understanding this correctly. Yeah, I was just reading it.
Might be.
Well, we'll go with that for today.
It's a little confusing, but it seems like until I get hit at 0 hit points, I can still be conscious.
Yeah. So the doctor is just very much in pain, on the ground, a little delirious from the poison. She finishes hacking at the webbing holding this bundle, and it falls to the ground with a few disjointed thuds as skeletons of another 3 people spill out.
Oh, what?
Sucks.
They were my friends.
And what happened exactly?
I happened to them.
And what
How long
happened to
have you-
you?
Been
Yeah.
here.
I came here with them, and we found powerful magic. I grabbed it. I didn't think about it, and then I became. And she looks at the webbing all around. I did.
What's your name?
Ella.
Ella. Do you know how long you've been here?
No.
Zeke will quickly go over to what she called her friends and see in what state they are.
They are skeletons, dried and dead. It also, as you make it out, you can make out the puncture marks of large fangs piercing through their armor, and sometimes shattering bones.
I think you might be here for quite some time already.
She's just up among the webbing and in the dark webbing, and she just like sits kind of back, hanging from it.
Do you want to leave this place? Can
Yes.
you?
No. She reaches up and feels the spider-like fangs in her mouth still, not fully reverted to original form. I'm not safe to be around people. I might turn back. I could do this again.
You might.
She looks about at all the different bundles in all the all the dark webbing, and she's like, done it so many times.
I mean, we might be able to, or not we, the doctor might be able to fix you. And then, like, I'm gonna go like over to the doctor and check on him.
The doctor can heal himself, he will.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm gonna spend 2 AP to
Spend your AP.
heal it myself.
Be the heel.
And then just kind of like stand up, still kind of ragged, even though, you know, I've been healed to
Lena
full
probably,
hit
like-
points.
Yeah. So Lena probably like tries to like stop you from standing up, right? It's like just take it easy.
Don't worry. kind of like looks up at Spider Lady. If you don't mind letting me look at you, I might be able to figure out how to reverse the effects.
We have time.
I just think I need to be alone.
I'm gonna try casting
Advisable.
Inspire on her. So she
What the fuck is that?
She shapes her behavior around her ideal and cannot fall victim to her flaw. I don't know if it's actually relevant, but like, I feel like it might make her less likely
relevant.
to be down on herself and more likely to want to try and improve and like leave.
My ideal: eat all people in my room.
That was the flaw, Robert. Eating people was a flaw.
Shit.
Faris will just kind of eye her up from
my
like
headphones
where. Oh no.
No. Can you hear us
Oh,
at all?
man.
Sadness.
Yeah, I can hear you. Just okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, the
Um,
piece is broken.
Oh no, that's so sad. No, Faris just kind of watching the doctor interact with her, and she'll start to approach, like slowly, and keep her spear like behind her back. Cause
Remember,
she just
she's,
stabbed her
like-
with it.
Up on the webbing near the roof right now.
Oh yeah. She's just like walking a little bit closer. I don't think I actually have to touch her to do this, but she just
Don't think so either.
says like, "Look, we have magic. The doctor is excellent at his craft. We can probably help you." And she kind of flicks her hand a little bit in those arcane motions and casts Inspire.
It's this little light, I feel like there's like one little pulse of light through the tattoos,
Like
and
Sassua's
she just starts crying, and she will like kind of roll down the webbing and just down to the ground, and she's just sobbing. No words accompanying it, just my life has fallen apart and here I am.
Doctor's
Faris.
gonna walk up to her, just slowly, so Faris can do whatever.
Oh, I was just gonna say Faris would do the same. She's just gonna slowly walk over and kneel down next to her cautiously.
As will the doctor. Doctor will just move his hand up to the side of her face and go, "Don't worry. I will diagnose her."
What?
Throwing all the shit at you today, Nat.
All of
Yeah.
your abilities we haven't used yet.
Is this the one where we play Hangman?
It is, but you did have a suggestion on a different way to do it.
Yeah, we were gonna have you roll the die instead because Hangman on stream didn't feel like exactly the energy we were going for.
Yeah. What can I do if I fail? I can spend an AP to try again because that was a
Try again.
that was a 1.
Oof.
Yeah. I don't know how you roll again.
Well, that one's the opposite, almost 19.
Which is still a triumph.
It's still
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
for us. Because we're special.
So you would learn with that the particular item that has transformed them. It was a powerful wand. I am looking because I know the one I'm talking about.
While you're searching, I think Ro would have turned back because the danger is over now. And while this
Yeah.
lady is sad, I'll just sort of rummage into one of my pockets and find like half a donut I have left from earlier and come over and offer it because maybe she's hungry for something, not people. Donuts cheer Ro up, so.
That's valid.
One of the big
Yeah,
questions is, does this count as an illness, as a disease?
Nope.
Damn it.
Blast.
Because I have a way to get rid of those.
Yes, this is the powerful magic wand known as Lorelai's wand.
Oh. Crashing us upon a
It allows
rock.
you to do lots of shit, and it protects itself.
Sorry, repeat that. My audio cut out.
It is known as Lorelai's wand. It once belonged to an extremely powerful wizard, and when in her passing, she set up a lot of magic to protect it from falling into untoward hands. It is in the book if you'd like to get this physics, because it's a block of text.
Okay.
Oh, right, yeah. It appears that this has happened because of your contact with the Wand of Lorelei. Oh, I'm sorry, translations. Lorelai's Wand. Do you know of this?
Yeah. Of course I know about it. Yeah, entirely. This whole thing is my fault, and thanks for reminding me.
Apologies.
I hate to be that person, but we are on a schedule here. I would suggest. Yeah, thank you, Lena. If we don't have an immediate solution, perhaps we can think on one on the run.
Like, come with us and we can fix it, but we need.
Is this
Time is a
wand
factor.
here? Is this wand in this place?
Do you have it?
No. It was here. Look, everything's hazy when I was that thing.
Okay, no, just wanted to make sure we weren't about to encounter it.
Is it in
Yes.
one of? Do you know where it is?
It was here. I don't know if it still is.
That's very helpful. All right, perfect. Well,
Faris is just like crouched down beside Ella, like with a comforting hand on her back or shoulder or something, like whatever she can reach.
She seems very internal right now, very disinterested in whatever y'all are here to do.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just a question out of nowhere. The
Yeah,
creature that she was before, was it like resembled a normal this world spider, or did it have any touch of alienism to it?
Definitely
that-
pretty unnormal.
Would you say?
In fact, you probably would have felt that from the moment that they felt that tapping, skittering that you felt in your bones.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
No, nothing. Everything's fine, but we do have to go and think about this.
Maybe we go get our roots and stuff and come back this way on the way back and take Ella with us to go.
Yeah, that sounds good. Think on it. It would probably be better with us than left here. But we do have a time crunch, so...
I think it might be
Right.
wiser if she'd come with us.
Oh.
I don't know, just in case something happens.
I agree.
Lena, hold a bit. Is there anything we can do to convince you to come with us?
I want to stay be here and think.
Don't. You can think. You can think as we walk. You can think anywhere. Like wherever your mind is where you can think. So there's no sense in staying here all alone.
Her hand clenches around the dagger that Zeke gave her.
Don't get any ideas.
She's overwhelmed.
I mean, I understand that feeling, but it's not safe
She
for
gets
her to
up.
be here.
And starts climbing back up the webbing again.
I like try to like hold on.
You can climb after her.
Yeah, I'm a good climber.
She's pretty good at this.
I'm a good climber too. So I'm gonna shoot my feather hook up to the top
Hey.
and just like scurry up and get like in front of her and just be like, listen.
Right. So she just scurries up to like the corner and like in a half cocoon is just balled up in the corner.
Like, I think Leah's just gonna like get in front and be like, listen, I know what it's like to feel like you've lost everything and just want to be alone until you turn to dust and let the wind blow you away. I know what that feels like. But
Finally, someone does.
But you can't give in to that. There is something on the other side of this for you. You just need to get there. This is just a moment in time and you need to let it pass by. So come with us and you'll be able to start again. But you're not going to do that here.
At you intently, and in her eyes you can make out a little bit of that spider sheen to them. That may have worked for you, but I lost everything, and I did it to myself. Who are you to judge what decisions I have to make? Sometimes turning to dust is better.
You might think that, and I am nobody to tell you how to live your life. I am the first one to admit that I'm the last person to be giving life advice to somebody else. But none of them down there are going to leave here without you. Because they give a shit.
And you'd leave me? And what? You'd leave me then?
I am a firm believer in letting people do what they want. If you want to stay here, I would walk away and let you stay here, but they're not going to give you that option.
She grips tightly to the dagger, raises her hand and slides it down to the blade and hands it back to you, hilt first.
I'll take it and just stick it in my boot. And I'm gonna reach my hand out to her, my mechanical hand. I'm just gonna like reach it out to her and be like, we need to leave.
I heard you're on a time crunch?
Yeah, a little bit. Normally I'm not one for being on time, but this is kind of non-negotiable, so if you don't mind.
Let's get going.
Alright.
While Lena is up there, out of sight, Zeke would turn to the doctor and grab him by his collar. That fucking thing. Remember what I told you about the other place, the creatures?
Yeah.
It's the same. How? Where did you bring us?
I don't think it's this place, but...
This wand, what is this wand?
I don't know a lot, but I do know that...
You know something, damn it!
Calm down, Jessica. Sorry, reference. What I know is that the wand is protected has many kinds. And I have heard before of those who have come in contact with it being transformed. I've seen the energy. It is the only reason that I know. But obviously, if this is what you have seen before, somehow it is connected either to that place or the thing there is connected to the Vond. But I am not sure. My knowledge is not extensive.
You don't understand. I kind of looks around, finally realizing that Faris and Ro are still there.
Or as bird.
Yeah. We'll talk later. Let's just get this done with.
The two of them climb down, Ella and Lena, and Ella says, "So what the fuck are you looking for?"
Like, oh, we're ready to
Mushrooms!
Well,
Well,
mushroom roots.
The young roots of this fungus.
Which is weird
Fungus
because,
tree is more correct, but
because mushrooms don't normally have roots, do they?
it's a weird plant.
Well, either way.
Mushrooms don't normally have hearts either.
Oh, fair point.
That is valid.
Let's get to it.
Yeah.
All right.
Follow me. She just starts down a vein that actually starts heading upwards at first, and she leads you along. At one point, Ferris's spear lights up, and she just stops and begins tapping on the webbing in a certain way, and you feel that patter inside you touching your bones, and you just hear something big run full tilt away from you.
Ferris would have had the spear at the ready and be like very tense and then visibly relax. She realizes what's going on. That's very impressive and very useful, thank you.
Oh, and they still think you're some big evil spider monster. I guess it has some benefits.
Sorry.
And you get led quite quickly with a large helping of alacrity down the root system of the Goliath hat mushroom. The vein kind of ends in splinters. And it actually the vein starts to go down to a really small tunnel, like a capillary type thing. And doctor, you're like, okay, well, I guess we have to risk cutting it. And she actually just takes her finger and starts tickling part of it. And the whole fucking mushroom kind of jerks. And that part detaches, opening up a splinter, a hole in it.
Very good.
We're
Well,
old
that's
friends.
convenient.
So,
Now go. With the roots you need to write in there.
doctor's gonna look into that area and just kind of first take a look around to observe what is inside.
It is a pretty spacious area with the roots coming up into the bottom of the mushroom stalk from under the ground, like you described. You can see some more of these dark webbing, and you can see some signs of recent creature habitation that they seem to have left with quite a lot of haste for some reason.
Oh, odd. I'm gonna look for the younger, smaller roots that don't whip you in the face.
Sure. Why don't you roll me a d6?
Ooh. 5. Bim.
All right. You are able to harvest well over 2 kilograms of this stuff, like a lot, without angering the elder roots. I mean, gotta be honest, the difficulty is not that there's a small amount of it; it's that it's very hard to get to.
Yeah. Doctor comes back with like a whole freaking big sack of this stuff, and he goes,
So that'll take you a little time. And as the doctor got in there, she kind of goes, the roots might attack. You should all be ready, just in case.
We've heard. Yeah.
And as you all exit the vein, she just kind of stands in there. Does anyone hang back and keep an eye on her?
I think Faris will stay
Yeah, it's like,
sort of like
Lena.
in the doorway.
So Lena would
Sure.
after the conversation they had.
Okay.
She would probably stay back just to be like.
Sure.
Yeah, I think most of the time Zeke would be just dead stare at this person because something's
That
not
makes
right
sense.
here, and he needs to understand what's happening.
Rose having a grand time.
Sounds good. So she's being watched thoroughly. That's probably ideal.
Yeah.
A couple times she glances back down the way you came, but
I think Lena's like, there's nothing for you back there. It'll be fine.
I can feel the heart beating from here. Sometimes it's all I can hear.
We'll figure out how to reverse whatever it is that's happened to you.
You don't mind me asking, if the wand is what did this to you, then how are you connected to this place? Why can you feel it?
This is where the wand was. It's actually not far from here, but it's where I don't know if it's still here or not. I wasn't a perfect guardian.
Do you know where it was?
It's under the ground. A little farther. Right now we're at ground level. This is maybe 100 feet under. Oh, give me a second. And she walks over to one of the webbing and taps it, and it forms, and then she waits for it to again. Yeah, about 100 feet or so under the ground.
So were you transformed?
You could be there in a couple minutes.
Were you transformed in order to guard it?
Yeah, that was the curse.
Do you know how to retrieve it then? If you were supposed to guard it.
Well, I mean, last time I just a little bit of acrobatics, a little bit of bravery, and I got my hands right on it, and that's when everything went wrong. So I'm not too keen to try again.
Zane kind of looks at Lena. I think we need it.
What? Power-hungry adventurers. You don't need it. You're just gonna end up like me. Destroying everything you care about, everything you love, and then feeling shit about it.
I think disregard, like, kind of toning, like, not listening to what Ella was saying, like, Lena's eyes are, like, trained on Zake's, and be like, and just, like, giving that look that's, like, don't mess with me, like, be like, you better not be lying, be like, do we?
Zake just nods once strongly.
And he's like, let's go get it.
Okay. Can you show us?
I'm sorry, what am I listening to right now?
If
So
you want
Ferris
to...
said she was looking in through the door. So Ferris is outdoor. It's a slice in a giant vein.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah.
So Ferris's head just kind of like pokes in. So what was that?
Excuse me? If you want to go and grab the gondola, go. We'll be back soon. Just need to do this one thing first.
You're going to go and tamper with an incredibly powerful magical item that you don't know anything about.
Well, it's kind
When
of
you
our
say it like-
specialty.
When you say it like that, it sounds insane. But
Yeah.
yes.
Because it is.
But
This
it also...
isn't the first time that we've done something like this. We're fairly well versed in handling this kind of thing.
It seems like she probably was too, and you saw what happened to her.
Well, there's two of us.
3 if she helps.
Zeke. Zeke, as you're there, as Ferris and Lena are having this conversation, Ella has kind of started walking towards you. She's looking at you a little funny. She reaches out and like taps you on the shoulder, and her fingers are pointed, and she moves not right for a person. And she kind of skitters her fingers down your arm.
Like,
You're not all here.
No. That's why I need it.
now he is.
Why are you on a time crunch?
Because our city will leave without us.
Yeah.
She blinks, but not too taken aback. Well, I understand it's important to you. I'll tell you the way, but time's running short for you.
Better.
Well, in that case,
Donald.
better hurry.
So is Zeke and Lena running the way Ella directs? Doctor's still collecting root.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like, it's kind of just like a, we'll meet you at the gondola.
Yeah.
Ferris
Ferris,
doesn't know what
you
to
find
do,
yourself caught between two directions.
I mean,
Yeah.
she literally does not know what to do, but she's also she knows that she doesn't want to like leave the doctor unprotected, so she's probably going to stay here.
Ella will lead Zeke and Lena down a nearly vertical vein, down farther, and down onto some webs as it opens into a wider area within this confluence of mushroom structure, there is something made of stone. Something old. It appears to be, roughly speaking, a pyramid. But like the pyramid that reflects on the bottom because it's hanging in the air. Not connected to anything. You do not see an obvious entrance.
What you thinking? Easy way in.
Just kind of, can I try to like look for an entrance, being one of infiltration type specialty?
So as you actually start doing that, Ella takes a deep breath and says, "Aloud, alack, avast," and the thing rumbles, moves one ring halfway around, like almost like it's a Rubik's cube, and the front end opens. You can see a light spilling out, this horrible turquoise light, into a space that seems larger than the one that it would seem to contain.
Oh, it's the TARDIS, great.
And she says, "I didn't know if I still knew the answer to that riddle."
Right. Well, let's.
Sounds like it worked.
You just go in.
Guess. No time to waste.
Famous last words.
Mm-hmm.
So the two of you
cool.
head in. Ella just has a moment of fear, and she starts climbing back up quietly.
All right.
It's for the best.
Why do you need this? Like as they're like walking, like running in.
Yeah. I think this might be the key to me getting back Lena. It's connected somehow.
Oh.
I haven't I haven't told you everything about the other place.
All right, I don't think now is the exact time for that, but we will talk about that. But in the meantime, if you think this is a way to get you back here, then we'll do whatever it takes to get it.
If it isn't a way, it's at least a clue. It's more than we've ever got all these years.
Right. Well, let's go get it.
All right. Like old times.
Just like old times.
Just
We're
winks.
going to
Yeah. Naruto run.
Yeah.
I'm going to move up back to the other group. Ferris, you just watched Zake and Lena just run off like bats out of hell.
Yeah. Well, she looks fucking pissed, but
Reasonable.
she kind of goes to go after them and then glances back to the doctor and then turns back and walks back into the room the doctor's in and stands like vigilantly over him.
The doctor, you finished collecting your root.
Well, that was great. And turn around, see Ferris. Oh! I got a lot more than I expected. This is very good.
Good. That's amazing. Slight problem. Lena and Zake fucked off to go and find that wand with
What?
Yep. I was going to run after them, but I remembered what you said about the roots and I didn't want to leave you unprotected.
Let's go. Come on. This is not good.
Wait, where's Ro? Is Ro still a bird?
No,
Ro is
they
back.
shifted back,
Okay.
like after the combat.
Okay.
But they would have stayed with Ferris pretty much, just kind of like looking at her like, do we
Yeah.
follow the others? I don't. So Ferris stayed, they would have stayed too.
Okay.
If an hour
Ella.
had passed, Ro would have recast the wild aspect when it expired.
All right. So it
because
did
they
expire
knew
at some
we
point.
had the time limit, so.
Oh. Again.
Valid.
Ella shows back up. As you're coming back.
Where are Lena and Zake?
Going after the wand. I'm sure they'll be fine. They seemed really determined. It seemed really important to that guy.
Okay, we need to go after them. This is ridiculous.
Let's go.
Sorry,
How much time do
We
we have?
should not be alone.
how much time do we have?
It's been over an hour, and you had 2 hours maximum. So you probably have like 40 minutes.
We've got the super fast running thingy. So, yeah, let's just run full pelt after them.
Ella will say to you, I don't think you'll make it back. I don't think they'll make it back.
Why? You didn't go that far if you went and came back in that amount of time.
Well, I left them at the entrance to the... There's a little extra-dimensional space that holds the wand is bigger on the inside. It's this weird thing. A lot of people have trouble understanding it.
We can't leave them here.
Like, is how it's soft? Is the time limit like soft? Maybe can you just like phone a friend?
I don't think we can get them to stop Valarith from moving.
I don't think
the
we
more
can
time we
leave
spend
them.
talking, the less time we are getting to them.
Yeah, let's...
Let's talk on the way.
Yeah.
Rose like
I'm not-
hopping
I'm
from
not
one
leaving
foot to the other.
All of you just care way too much.
I'm not happy about this, but I'm not abandoning them, so let's go.
All right. I'm just gonna go down to the scary place again. Great. And she begins climbing to lead you all again. I think that's where we end our session.
Yeah, feels
Totally
like
fine.
We got 6 minutes left to there to give it. I got no beats that can happen easily within that frame of time.
This is totally fine.
I'll just say, as we go down, the doctor will turn to her and just be like, "Don't worry. If you couldn't kill me, then nothing will kill you
Wow.
while I'm around."
Well, I think it was
Nothing's
her
gonna
that
harm you.
made it me not kill you, but whatever. Pointing to Ferris.
I helped. I want the record to
True.
reflect that this
But
was
You're not
Zeke.
there.
We hear a voice on the wind.
This is Megan wanting the record to reflect
What, the
that this was
donut didn't
Zake's,
help?
that this was Zake's crazy idea to run off after this thing, and not Lena's crazy idea.
Absolutely.
It's that darn overconfidence. Thanks, the doctor.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
hold on. The doctor has to finish because he would respond to that, and he would go, "No, I'm not saying that I'm so tough. I'm saying I could keep you alive. It's I can heal. I will make sure you don't die. Is what I'm saying."
Not going in there.
Yeah, but just in case, you won't die. And that's
All right.
Just
That's our
in
session.
case.
This was
Yeah.
fine. I would like to formally blame Robert for everything that happened today.
no. Listen, I never said no goddamn wand was in there.
That's fair.
What happens when you inflict, Robert?
It's true. It's true. Hold
I
on.
would like-
Oh, yeah. That was
We all
me.
just remember
Oh,
how
that was
cool it
me.
was when I swung from underneath the city that one time.
That was
Remember
dope.
me as
Cool.
that, as I now am about to go die in a mushroom.
Hey, you can rest easy that at least Ro got to see you be like super cool swinging around.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Tell my story.
Why don't we go around, tell the world where they can find us, and, let's be selfish today. Why don't you say something that you enjoy that you did today? That way we can let Megan shine. And because we know the answer, Megan, why don't you start?
When you put it like that. Hello, I'm Megan. You can find me most places on the internet at MeganLynFTW. I have been your absolute delight of a spy, Lena, who does things first and thinks about them later. You can find me here, obviously, on Mondays with these beautiful, wonderful, amazing people. What do I have? Let me look at my calendar. So, what I've got going. So, next week on Thursday, our stream daddy, Mr. Puddins, and I will be doing another episode of System Talk, where we talk about other systems, as the name is very straightforward. And we are talking about Powered by the Apocalypse as just a whole general system, not any particular game written in it, but just PBTA in general, which should be super cool because I'm super duper duper into PBTA. And then later at the end of the month, my show Unprepared will be back, where I facilitate GMless and prepless indie games, and we are playing Beak, Feather, and Bone, which is a world-building, map-building game about a city of Ravenfolk, which is pretty dope. And I swung from the bottom of a city into a giant mushroom, and I will never do anything cooler than that ever again, ever. I did also enjoy barging into Zake's room and him getting all shy and weird about it, which was also pretty fun. So yeah, Lena's got spunk and I love her a whole lot. So do I just get to pick who goes next? Do I have that power?
Yeah, nothing's been in order today.
All right, Nunu, what's up? It seems like the valid train of
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Nunu. I played Zake, the charm blade of this ragtag group of people that can't do anything properly, apparently, without getting
That's
into
you.
trouble. Yeah, you can find me here on Mondays, and also on Mondays before this stream, I have my Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire RPG game going on twitch.tv/encounter roleplay. So that's from 3 to 6, and then at 6:30 we start this one. For now, that's all I have going on, so I'll leave it at that. And I'm going to say that my favorite moment of today, of things that I did, was derail the entire next episode by choosing to go after the wand. Next, I shall nominate Iza.
So I just want to pipe Bob in here because I feel bad because next episode is supposed to be your festival episode.
No!
Damn it, Nunu!
God damn it, Nunu.
The next, but then the penultimate episode will be the festival episode, and that's pretty dope.
No, I got big plans for that.
Yeah, the big plans are the festival.
We need to get to
that's
wands
season 2.
in 10 minutes, right? Easy.
It's
And
fine. Yeah, we'll
then
just pop.
festival.
We'll pop in, pop out,
Yeah.
in and out, in and out. No big deal.
No big deal. The moment
Lean
they
in, take
reach
your
us,
professionals.
we
We're
already have the
professionals.
wands.
Like
Done.
it's good.
Iza,
Go
go
on.
on.
Will you though? So yeah, hi, I'm Izza.
Hush.
I played Faris the Invoker. Apparently the only sensible person here. So yeah, you can find me at Evil Clever Dog on Twitter and Instagram. And on Tuesdays, I stream Pokemon Black with my friend Finn on their Twitch channel, twitch.tv/FinnTheBin with 2 N's. And I'm also part of the Critical Read Al-Qadim podcast, which streams once a month. And the next one will be on September 19th. And my favorite stuff for Faris in this episode is like mechanically the fact that I cast Blazing Avenger and then the first attack I did with it was a crit that got to use the smite spell because that was fucking dope. But also emotional combos with Ro was so cute. So yeah. I nominate Sam next. Oh wait, are you doing the sponsor stuff? Should I do Robert next?
No, yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So hey everyone, I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at @TheSamWisest. I'm SamWise_GameG here on Twitch, or also sometimes the Chromatic Chimera here on Twitch. I'm one of the admins here. I'm also a disability advocate. You can see me here on Wednesdays in our Fantasy Age campaign, Agora's Bells, as well as Steam Spell, which is currently on hiatus, but we're going to be doing some awesome one-shots on Wednesday, so come and check that out. Otherwise, I am going to be in our upcoming Monsters of the Week campaign, Mysteries of the Mojave. So check that out. It premieres on the 19th, and I'm super excited for that. And otherwise, you can see me on Wednesday the 16th. Before Agora's Bells, I'm going to actually be doing a panel for Aces, Demis, and Aromantics in Creative Spaces on PAX Online. So check that out. I'm really excited about it. And I'll pass it on over to our dear Doctor next.
Did you say your favorite part?
Oh no, I didn't, because
Yeah,
I
you
guess
did
Izza kind of got it. That whole freaking scene with Ro and Faris just like made my heart grow 5 times. I think the mental image of Ro like mimicking Faris's training like next to her is just my heart.
My heart.
My heart.
And Faris's heart.
So now I'm done.
All right. Well, first off, I am offended. As somebody who is married to somebody from the Mojave, I understand that it's pronounced Mojave. Just that.
Get out.
Please leave.
Thanks, I hate it.
I am Robert Allen. I have been your doctor for today. You can find me on the interwebs at Voices of Robert. That means Twitter and here and YouTube. I don't have anything else yet. I'll just go into my favorite thing. My favorite thing was, number 1, spending a crap load of AP this episode, where in previous episodes I've relatively not spent that much. And, of course, getting to use Diagnose, which was fun, thus bringing up the MacGuffin of Zake's life.
MacGuffin I definitely didn't come up with on the spot to add to the game.
Oh... Yeah, but yeah, I don't have anything more, so I'm just gonna give it over to our lovely guide.
Ooh, hi, I'm Nat. I've been your guide today. You can find me online at CrimeNat, KREIMNAT on Twitter. Primarily, not presumably, that would be a weird word to use there, Nat. Brain, shape up. I do freelance layout, design, editing, game design, crap like that. Hire me, writing, yeah. Favorite part of today that I did. I'm just gonna run you through the sequence on that. So here's what happened. Robert laid down the quest. I'm like, okay, here's what the quest is happening. Here's some ideas. Here's some monster cards. I'm like, hey, these are interesting ones. Ooh, big spooky spider. That'll be fun. Flip it over. Skittering sound tapping in your bones. Great. Nox once an adventure stumbled on a corrupted artifact. After Grizzly transformation to giant spider, they now guard the artifact's lair. Oh, that's cool. I can bring that in. Oh, is a smited the thing? Oh, okay. Diagnose. Okay, you know about the thing it was. It was this cool wand I read about in the book. Oh, and now it's connected to Zake's backstory because aesthetics. And that was the session. That was my favorite thing I did today. That line of things.
Nice.
That was amazing.
It was
I totally thought it was all
fantastic.
planned.
That was so very good.
It was
Now
very
Lena
good,
and Zake
actually.
are
Also, quick-
disappearing forever.
But what if Lena and Zay go off to
Done.
the sing and it turns out it actually doesn't help at all?
Oh man.
Lena gets they get swapped. Lena is now the one that disappears.
Oh shit!
The real wand of Lorelei was the friends we made along the way.
And the rocks we crashed
Um,
upon.
Also, shout out to our sponsors for Chromatic Chimera. Tabletop Loot sponsors us. You can use code SHIELDMOM, all lowercase, low caps? All lowercase, one word for 15% off, and also for Heartbeat Dice Chromatic for 10% off, all uppercase for that one. Also, Chromatic Chimera is proud part of the Roll20 Spotlight program. Thank you for that. And everyone who's in chat, like, thanks for checking in. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
And
thanks for hanging out.
just like tell us your favorite part of the session in low caps because
Yeah, in low
that's a
caps.
word now.
Or in all caps if you're
Caps.
feeling
I prefer it in
excited.
high caps, honestly.
Yeah, or
Low
high
caps.
caps. You know,
Low caps.
we're not going to tell you how to live your life.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
a mixture of low caps and high caps.
Oh.
Do it with alacrity before we raid someone.
Yes,
Yeah.
also follow us on Twitter because we're gonna be setting up a poll to see whose playlist gets posted next Monday. Before,
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
so you know that'll be coming to our Twitter at No Initiative TV. Boop.
Follow us. See what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
No, you want to.
All right, I think we're set. So we will be doing a
Take-
raid. I haven't decided who, but thanks for
Take
hanging
us
out.
home, Country Road, Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, oh,